Alrighty, what is up, everybody? We are here with fucking coming close to the end of this grind, this 1 week long extravaganza. If you are watching in the YouTube comments right now, please leave a comment down below. Leave a letter number 5, because this is the 5th day in a row we've been doing this. So number 5's down below if you're a lurker in the VODs. I really appreciate you for watching after the fact, but right now we're going to get into some practice. I'm just loaded up the practice codes. And, you know, say hi to all the chatters here. What's up, Billy Bob? How you doing? Number 7 indeed. Welcome. What's up, Fonnier? I love that little PlayStation screen, by the way. By Composer and Oddcara. Very cute. Little pink fucking ass. Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? Oh, in other news, I'm probably going to be mentioning this again, but Ash just got a new any % record yesterday with a second try, with Nestor Skip, second try Mama, and second try Rat, which is so insane. Like, what the fuck? Ash really on another level in this category, which is just cool to see. Now that I've, luckily it is just a 1 second record, so my ego is intact in the sense that I can, still chase the record for now. We'll see how long that lasts. But, for now we're gonna head over to, I think, let's head over to, I might want to do a little, let's do some Ice Cavern. I think Ice Cavern would be a fun warm-up today. Well, yeah, still chasing the old world record here and, seeing what happens, but man, Ash just blowing minds, blowing dicks off of the whole chat today, or last night. Just watching in awe. Like, dude. She is really something else, Ash. What a legend. You're learning Vortex. Good for you. How's that going? Lay it on me. Thanks for the good luck, Firefly. Oh yeah, we gotta update the world record command. Any mods here? Well, I'm not gonna make strawberries working right now. I'll just update it myself. 1 sec. Thank you, Brazzy. Hi everybody, just updating a command. Hey, what's up, YouTube chat? Now I see you guys. How y'all doing? One moment. Update the old world record command. By Ash. No, you're too late, Bex. Just did it. There we go. But you can edit the YouTube one. I'd appreciate that. Oh, it looks like it worked for YouTube as well. There you go. Chillin'. Yeah, don't even worry. You're good, Bex. Welcome, and hey, everybody. It looks like my chat is cut off today. I'll try refreshing it real quick. See if that works. It does not right now. So I'm gonna have to go with this chat today. We're going with the white chat today. Alrighty. So yeah. Oh, a 1 second PB, if that's the only context you have is it's just a 1 second PB, then maybe it's not that groundbreaking. But the fact that Ash just got a new world record, by the way, to those of you guys just watching last night. I was lucky enough to catch the run after Mama Proxy. Oh my god. Nestor Skip to save 5 seconds. Second try Mama Proxy to lose back those 5 seconds, maybe a couple extra. Brings it all the way back and somehow gets a fucking 30, the fastest Dreamweavers ever, despite that. With a 35-36, I believe. And then gets a second try Rat for world record, losing like 15 seconds. It would have been like with a first try Rat, it would have been a like low 37 for sure. Isn't that so fucking crazy? Like Ash is, I think Ash, like I think is proving now that they can get the 36. Like 36 is within their grasp. And so for me personally, I'm transitioning more into like, okay, like this is for me, this is now a battle for second place because I just can't hold a candle to Ash yet unless I keep on keeping on grinding this category. And hey, you know, maybe I can still squeak out a world record, you know, in the meantime. Because right now I am still capable of the 37-1X, you know, which could still world record. But yeah, I mean, like, the more and more we see Ash just progress in this category, it's just like, wow, you know, like it really gives me perspective on my grind and like, all right, it's not about like beating anyone anymore because Ash is just on that other level. So really cool. Yeah, 36 really is the new 120. Especially in the sense that like only one person can really get it right now. But I'll be fair, I have not been keeping up with Laura's runs. Like, I feel like Laura probably is capable of a 36 as well. I know she's been dealing with shit with this game and like, you know, the motivation stuff and all that, so so yeah, I mean, I'm not even like thinking about Laura right now. I think I don't think she's gonna quit like this category or anything, but you know, she and I are both in a similar spot where we're just kind of like soul searching while Ash is just busy just beelining to like the 36. It's kind of cool to see. But with all, you know, I can only speak for myself here. I am enjoying this grind, you know, ever since yesterday that I like fucking really kind of took the pressure off myself. Like, you know what? I don't need to necessarily race for a world record, especially when Ash is gonna just probably beat it within a few days anyways, or within a week or a month. Or it's like, there's no glory, you know, that I'm gonna be missing out on if I don't world record, you know, for a day, you know, or something like, yeah. So this grind, it's just me in the game now, you know, and that's really taken a lot of pressure off of my shoulders. So really happy with how the mental is going here. And also on that note, you know, today and tomorrow are going to be my last days of really just grinding this category, like just this category. I am going to probably switch back to Spyro. I'll probably keep playing this, by the way, after my little weekend getaway with Sarah. But today and tomorrow are my last days of really grinding. So yeah. For now, for this little chunk of the grind. If I want, I'll just keep playing this, you know, next. It's not like I'm done forever. It's just like of this before a little break is what I should say. Before a small break. I have today and tomorrow. Yeah, we're going B up, Alexander. How's it going, everybody? But yeah, 36 is definitely the new 120, and Ash, like, oof, man, like, what a legend, dude. It's really cool to see this. Like, I thought when Laura and Ash were initially battling it out in this category and getting it down into the mid 37s, I was like, all right, now the category is optimized. But it's like, now we're really seeing like that same phenomena, like when I was starting to push through the 121s and start to push 120, that it's like, wow, this category really lies on the shoulders of one person's like efforts now, you know? And it's really cool to see that like someone can push it beyond where anyone thought we could take it. Type beat. You know, Ash got world record. Ash got not just a 1 second world record, but a 1 second world record with a shit ton of possible time save that is certainly going to be improved over the next, you know, couple months easily. Ash, I think, really proved that 36 is doable for them. Not easy, but like doable. And at the very least that like a 37-0X is on their horizon. Which I'm not even there yet. I'm like, for me, my horizon is like the 37-1X that I'm grinding for right now. And even that is like a lot and taking a lot out of me. But yeah, Ash just on another level right now. And it's just really cool to see. Now that I'm not like so like focused about the whole thing and like, oh, I gotta get world record. It's like, I'm seeing like Ash is just that bitch, you know, just on that. It's just like let them fly, you know? Like it's just beautiful, you know? It's like, you love to see it, really. Yeah, it's like some goat shit. Exactly, Matt. Yeah, I don't know if you were calling me a goat or Ash, but Ash really coming into like their own as like the goat of this category. I'm really excited to see like how their future runs go. Are you calling me the goat? Thank you, man. You're the goat. Chat goat. What's up, Sunrise? Thank you for the resub. Little dancing pigs in the chat. I guess I'll do some high key. I'll just do some Magic Crafters warm up. Why not? Dude, see, that's what we don't like to see. That's why we're practicing this. It really, to me, it has shades of when I would watch a Saboom, like back, like, what, like, 3 years ago now at this point, when I'd watch Saboom and, like, I'd be like, gosh, like, I feel like I'm doing all the same thing. Like, from a fellow top runner perspective, it's like, I feel like I'm doing all the same things, but they're just getting just better pace. It's like, literally, like, they're just built different. Like, the experience is like, you know, it just, I can't even explain it. When I watch Ash play, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, why can't I match these paces? Like, I can do that. And it is true, I can do that, but the big difference is the experience factor. And I think that's what really sets those more consistently good paces apart, is that Ash, I think, has a lot more hours on me in this category, and just a lot more of that experience factor that you're just not going to be able to see that in the moment to moment with the gameplay. But yeah, I mean, like, it's a really beautiful like phenomenon where it's like you're not even like understanding why, but this person is just like exceeding like all possibility, you know. And it's just cool. Like, it's just really wild because, like, I mean, like, this is how it was in 120 for me, and how it felt like watching Saboom back in the day, and like now watching Ash. It's really like some runners are just have put so much time into a category that their runs are just one of a kind, regardless of how they play or what strats they go for or whatever. It's just, there's just like a one of a kind player, Ash. You know, I really can't stop saying like nice things about it. It's really like superseded like whatever ego issues I was having before about like, oh, I don't want Ash to like be, you know, lower it too early. It's like, dude, at this point, like, let Ash fly, you know, like Ash about to fly and do some shit, you know. Now who knows? I mean, it might be a while before they get another PB also, you know. Who knows? But yeah, like, it's just a really cool like phenomenon when one person really is just like pushing the boundary like that. Like, this isn't even a competition anymore. This is Ash's like journey now, you know. Can I make that? Yeah, Ash retimed it after their run, and it is a new world record. It is a 37:18 instead of 19, which was the tie before. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say, I mean, like, look, Ash isn't me. Like, that's like, I think that's like not fair to them to say, oh, Ash is the Deo of, but in the sense that they have surpassed the competition, yes. That's kind of the whole thing I'm talking about here. It's just like, despite Laura and I's best efforts, like, there's like a real clear separation between us and Ash right now. You know? And on one end, like, for my ego, it's like, oh, boo fucking who, like, get good, or, you know, or whatever. But then on another end, it's like, dude, that's fucking amazing that one person can like really just exceed expectations, you know. That's kind of like what I'm saying here. It's just a beautiful thing. Like, once I put the ego aside and I'm just like, I just am a Spyro speedrun and like enjoyer, like, that shit's dope. I'm not counting Laura out, and, you know, don't count me out. Like, any of three of us can still get a new any % record. It's just the level that Ash is playing at is beyond ours. I think it's fair to say. That's all I'm saying. Just the paces that they're putting down, you know? Maybe not. Maybe I might be proven wrong about that sentiment. It's just what it appears like right now in the current landscape. This is just a snapshot of Spyro 1 any percent. Like this, all of this could change. You know, if Laura starts putting down some crazy, or if I start putting down some crazy paces, like that could happen. I'm not saying that can't happen. So don't count us out, obviously. And yeah, world record still isn't, you know, like, it's still doable for all three of us, for sure. So the race in that sense is definitely not over. So we're not counting anybody out. It's just I'm just floored by like by Ash, you know, by Ash's progress. That's all. Drawna, thank you for the tier 1. Did we win? I mean, you won. You won some emotes. You won something. I don't know what. Hey, Drawna, were you gonna come to the? I don't know if I DM'd you about this. Are you gonna come to the Sakura Matsuri festival on Saturday with Sarah and I? It's okay if not. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna be hanging out at the beer truck, you know, drinking beers, and then we'll go get a conveyor belt sushi with Rico after. So if you want to just join us for that or something, let me know. Feel free to DM me or let me know in the chat or whatever. You're gonna try? Sweet. Oh, you're gonna be there. See, that'll be fun to like meet up and, you know, hang out, have a couple drinks with the homies. Like that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. And I'll be in the DMs with you, bro. You know how it be. By the way, Drawna, like, I know you already know this, but Sarah's TV is fucking amazing. Thank you so much for picking that up for me. I gotta tell you again, the gamer setup, the retro gamer girl setup is so fucking perfect now. It's revolving sushi. Yeah, my bad. Matt with the sub, dude. Welcome. Great to see you, Matt, as always. Always brings a little fire of warmth into my heart when I see your name in the chat. Something about seeing an old friend in the chat like that. Yeah. Makes you feel kind of fuzzy inside. I don't mean to get too homoerotic about it or anything. Or maybe I am. Alright, practicing getting the IL cycle here. The extended cycle for the descending platform. Gotta really... This is a real good test of like how hard are you pushing your movement. Because you don't get this cycle unless you're really pushing the boundary. There we go. Ooh. Charger jumped a little too quick, but that was it right there. Can we hug each other? Dude, we'll take a picture and like post it in the Discord, Bex. Don't even worry. All the cute bitches. But yeah, really looking forward to the little hang this weekend in DC. That'll be fun. Oops, that's not gonna make it. It's okay. Can I do this? All right, that's good. Even if it's ascending like this, the old cycle would be coming down. So like, even if I get the platform ascending like that, it's still technically a second or two faster than my old strat here, where I flame the firework chest. So yeah, pretty cool strat. I like this strat, actually. Pretty satisfying. The only thing that's annoying, like in 120, this could be done in 120%, by the way. To save like, you know, a couple seconds. It's just a little bit more sus with these gems here. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? In any percent, this strat definitely is a lot more viable just because you're probably going to miss a green there. But you could do it so that you don't. Same thing with the red down there. Almost made the super cycle. What's up, Dylan? Thank you for the good luck. Feeling good though, dude. Practicing this section really gets your head in the game. I like it. Satisfying. Give me that. Oh, what the fuck, dude. I pressed X like a frame too early in the air. That is some bullshit. That's some dog shit. Let me read you guys' chats here. You feeling Pacers for me? Dude, I hope so. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, you know. No pressure. I've been like zero pressure gamer. Ever since I've been watching Ash like, you know, shit out these world records, Oh man, I'm like, okay, no pressure, dude. Like let Ash fly. Let the queen fly, dude. Let her fly. You know what? It's the same way I felt when Laura initially beat my record. I was like, let the queen fly, you know? Let the queen be like, you know, just like see how high Icarus can fly to the sun, you know, like it's cool to see. So I'm letting go of all ego related stuff with everything. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping for some pacers today. We'll see. I decided to upload your anti-piracy run. Oh yeah, so you're the person with the yeah, okay. Because the animation will take some years to finish. Yeah, that was funny. You're talking about making an animation. But yeah, definitely just upload the whole just like raw playthrough for sure. I think that would be just for now. Like that makes sense. That's totally valid. Like upload the whole raw playthrough. Like I'm planning on doing something similar with my 120% hard mode. I'm gonna be like live streaming the whole playthrough, but you know, I'll probably make a condensed version of the video. You know, the classic YouTuber stuff. You know, that's cool that you're at least thinking about doing a more you know, animated version or whatever, shorter condensed version of it. You don't by the way, Andrea, don't send me anything. I'm like, you think that I like, and I say this with all due respect, you think that I like want all the updates and stuff. I really don't. You can share with the Spyro Discord. I think that's fair. You know, I might check it out there, but please don't DM me about any of your own. It's like, imagine if I DM'd you like, oh, I'm coming up with a video soon. Check it out, you know? So don't DM me about it, but just, you know, you can share it around, you know what I'm saying? I hope you don't take that offensively. But hey, good on you. I am stoked about it. Like that's really cool that you're doing that. You're definitely pioneering the Spyro 3 anti-piracy 117% like concept. So that's cool. The requirements for any percent are 5 thieves, 50 dragons, and 6,000 gems. Each of those requirements are checked at different homeworld balloonists. So the biggest requirement is the 6,000 gems to exit Dreamweavers. That's what a lot of the route, and then 50 gems to 50 dragons to exit Beastmakers. That's what a lot of the route is built around, those two things. The thief eggs are easy to get on the run. Thank you, Das Cats, for the hype, dude. Listen to this part of the song, fucking, it's so tight. You never hear this part of the song in runs. What's up, Whitebait? The world record progress does wonders, says Spyro. You see more viewers? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna say yeah to that. Yeah. Listen, man, you know, I ain't no, I'm no fucking, I'm no simple flips. I ain't. If viewership was my concern, I would have ran Mario 64. I'll put it that way. But I'm happy with how it is. Yeah, viewers. Yeah. But yeah, good vibes all around. Thank you for the good luck brick wall. I'm gonna just exit right now. I'm not really focusing on this strat anymore. Let's head over to I guess let's do a little Misty Bog, maybe do a little metal, do the metal head out of bounds a little bit. And then, yeah, true, Dan. And then we'll do some rat and then we'll do some runs. Mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Oh, shit. What's up, Antiki? Thanks for the good luck. What's up, Getro? Thank you for the good luck. Dude, Ash went for a crazy jump, by the way, in their record yesterday in Jock. I kind of want to check it out just because it's like, I totally didn't even think about that jump even being viable, like in runs at the start of Jock, the anti-platform. I feel like each of us all have our own like one or two like really ballsy strats that we go for. Like, I got the fucking Flora flop in Dreamweavers. And Ash did the fucking, like, went for the fucking Jock early jump there. The early single cake, that's kind of a, I don't mean to say this as like, I hope this doesn't come off as rude or anything. It's kind of like a non-strat because it's just, basically it's just doing the cake quickly. And so it's like, okay, this is a strat. It's like, you're just doing this, the normal strat quickly. So like, in my mind, that's just like, you're just doing, everyone's like, oh, half cake. It's like, you know, that's just doing single cake fast. It's not really a separate strat is all I'm saying. I don't mean to push back too hard, but I don't look at that like it's a separate thing. I hope that doesn't come off as like offensive to all the half cakers and everything. I mean, if you're trying to do single cake fast, I mean, you're basically doing half cake, you know? That's my point. It's, in my mind, it does it. It's like it does it a disservice to treat it like it's a separate thing. Oh, don't forget about that extra fast. It's like it's the same thing. It's like, okay, well, don't forget about doing the rest of the game extra fast as well. You know, like we're gonna name everything that's just remotely fast like a separate thing. Like no, right? Like it's just do the thing fast. Anyways, I'm probably sounding like a mind-bogglingly negative Nancy right now, but. Yeah, it's definitely an over-naming type of situation. I'm not big on like on that whole vibe. If something's like an entirely separate thing, then like yeah, like obviously like you can like name it or whatever, but half cake is like kind of skirts that line of like is this really like a separate strat? Like not really, like in my opinion. You're just doing the same strat like a few frames faster essentially. But whatever, I mean, you can call it whatever makes people happy. You can call it that if you want. Ash did do Nestor skip in their run yesterday. That is true. But then they did a second try Mama Proxy. They died on Mama Proxy and retried it. So basically, the time saved from Nestor skip was lost from second try Mama Proxy, evening out to what would be like on one of my runs like a first try Mama Proxy. Since I don't do Nestor skip. Yeah, that runs like so crazy. And then second try, and then despite all of that, you're going fast enough to get the best Dreamweavers ever, and then a second try rat for world record. Like that is so sick. That's just actually so insane. Like, and that's why I'm saying it's like, guys, it's not even about like the 37-18. It's about, dude, Ash is proving that they're just a cut above the competition right now. Like to have that many you know, errors and like pulling ahead and pulling behind and pulling it back. It's like to be able to do that, you got to just be on another level. Like is my point. That's why I'm like so kind of like just like mind blown about the whole thing. Because I would definitely feel like I would have more of a competitive chance here if Ash's record had been like, oh, okay, Ash did everything first try perfectly, you know. Like, that's how it kind of felt with Laura's 37-19. Now, granted, Laura has her own time saves as well, but it felt more like an overall, like, clean run. So, in that sense, it feels like a more, like, accurate representation of one's, like, skill cap. Whereas when someone has, like, a bunch of, like, fluctuations, it's like, wait a minute, the skill cap is actually much higher than that, you know? If they were to have, like, a clean run, you know? Not to live too much in the woulda, coulda, shoulda or anything, but it just tells different stories about, like, where a player is at. You want me to try Nestor skip on the warm-up? I don't really want to. Sorry. I'm gonna go to Rat Proxy and dude, guys, listen. I promise I will eventually learn Nestor skip, like properly, and like really grind it out. Today is not that day. Please don't pressure me. I will fully acknowledge that I'm a total bitch. I'm a loser bitch that's never gonna get world record in this category. Okay. So let's just leave it at that, you know? It's cool. I get that question a lot, like, why not go for Nestor Skip if you go for Rat Proxy? And my answer to that is that they're just different tricks. Even though they're both somewhat inconsistent, like, to me, Nestor Skip is it's just not a fun trick for me to do, you know, you get stuck on a reset vortex with it. And it's just not my preference. It's really all you can give every justification in the world to do Nestor Skip over Rat Proxy or vice versa. But I'm not, like, I'm here to tell you guys that it's just my preference that I don't want to do it. And that's it. I just want, like, can we leave it at that, you know? I'm not trying to have a whole argument about, like, oh, well, it's more justified because it's at the start of the run, and even if it's less fun to do, it's still, like, worth it. But then Rat Proxy saves, like, you know, like a minute, where Nestor Skip saves, like, 5 seconds. It's like, okay, like, you know, sure, you know? Like, I'm not here to argue with you guys about the logic. I'm just telling you guys that it's my preference to do Rat Proxy and not Nestor Skip. So at a certain point, you kind of just have to, I hope that you guys can just respect that. And it is a bit of a mental struggle for me to, like, try to justify myself. Like, I can't justify myself. The truth is if I want the best run possible, I should be doing both things. Therefore, I'm a bitch for not doing it, and that's that, you know? Sorry. What's up, ZBs? But yeah, as you guys can tell, Nestor Skip, it's a bit of a sore subject for me, so I don't like to dwell on it. Obviously, I know the pressure is there that I do have to eventually learn it, and I just don't want to put that pressure on myself yet, you know? Especially right now, like, with Ash really kind of taking off in this category. I'm trying to really keep it, like, play it the way I want to, and play it the way that I find fun, you know? You really have, even if you're grinding for a world record or you're a brand new player, you have to, like, play the game the way you want to. You have to do the strats you want. And whether it's based in reason or in optimization or risk reward or just because you think it's cool or just because something's fun, any of those, like, reasons for doing something, like, are okay, you know? It's my run, you know? It's not like anyone else's to decide type of shit. Like, you can decide for your own runs that, you know, you want to go for Nestor Skip and all the everything, but it's just something I don't like, you know, really talking about too much here. Like, why do this and why not do that, you know, and trying to, like, rationalize it and stuff. It's like, it's just my preference. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I have this conversation anytime, like, Nestor Skip comes up because it is a valid question. I totally respect that, like, people are wondering why I don't go for it. It's because I don't find the trick fun. Like, simply put, like, it's not a trick that I want to do. Like, it's kind of that's kind of it, you know? I realize that for the types of runs I do eventually want to get in this game, I will eventually probably have to learn it, you know? And maybe I'll have, like, a second coming of Christ with the trick where I actually do enjoy it a bit more after practicing it a bunch. But just in my initial, you know, practice with it and just observing it and seeing its effect on other runners and other people trying to implement it, it's just not something I want to do, you know? And I feel bad. I'm, like, made to feel bad, you know, I feel like, for that. But I really shouldn't. What's up, Elucidark? Thank you for the raid. Thanks, Jadio, for the good luck. Nestor Skip is where you flop on top of Nestor. Look, let's just go do it. Let's go. Since we're talking about it, I'm in practice. Let's just go. I'm not going to necessarily, like, get the trick right now, but I'll just show you what it looks like. Just so we're all on the same page here. Because some of you guys may not know. So when you start the game, you're standing right here, all right? Now notice that Nestor is shaking. Those shakes are important, and I'll explain in a sec, but this is basically what you do. Hopefully I don't fuck this up. Whoop, I had some conserved momentum there. That was bad. Oop, I fucked that up. And now I have to watch Nestor. I might need to get a different version of the practice codes that allow me. Oh, you can skip Nestor on these practice codes. Okay, that's good. Nope, keep fucking it up. Hold on. I have to jump less high. I haven't done this trick in forever. So I'll just show you guys just basically what it looks like. I'm really bad at this, if you can't tell. Ugh. Dude, oh my god. You have to like jump in such a way where you don't like conserve momentum. Yeah, like that. Okay, up almost, and then get on top of him. I'm gonna do it enough times that I get on top of him. I'm not gonna do it so many times that I actually get it, but man, this is tough. Like already, you guys can see how mind-numbing this is to practice. Like hopefully, hopefully you guys are seeing my my perspective here. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm trying to flop on top of him and stay flopped for long enough. Dude, I'm not even getting high enough. I think I might want to press forward a little. Yeah, and keep in mind, each one of these failures in a run, I'm not like well practiced with this, right? But like imagine if I fail and do like any one of these failures would be me fully pausing, quitting the game, and restarting from the main menu. Like it's like about a minute and a half each time. So just imagine that. And people are like, oh, it's just at the beginning of the run, it's no big deal. But that argument is irrelevant if you are constantly resetting over and over and over. It's like, okay, it's at the beginning of the run, not a long time to reset. But then if you're resetting hundreds of times per day, then you're still wasting a lot of time that you're not playing the game, you know? So that's my like counter argument to the, oh, well, it's at the start of the run, so it's fine, right? Like, well, if you can't do it, you know, and you have to reset over it, basically, then it's not fine. Yeah, Ash got a 37-18. Big shoutouts to them. Legend. With this trick, by the way. What's wrong about having an extra life? So I think what you're asking is, why do I do in 120%? Let me explain this very clearly. So in any percent, your life count doesn't matter. In 120%, you don't need to, but it's fastest to be 0 lives on Nasty Nork. That's because we do a death abuse on Nasty Nork in order to skip the credits. Now, when you death abuse in this game, you normally respawn at the start of the level or homeworld, right? That you're in. But if you have 0 lives, you get the game over screen and it takes you all the way back to the homeworld if you're in a level. Since after killing Nasty Nork, our next goal is to get to Nasty's loot, it is faster to game over to get back to the homeworld rather than respawning in Nasty's level and then exiting the level. Therefore, killing Nasty Nork with credit skip in 120%, this only applies to 120%, not the category I'm running right now. In 120%, it is faster to do credit skip with 0 lives. So you game over back to the homeworld. I hope that makes sense. You can still do it without 0 lives. It's like only a 5-second difference. It's really not a huge difference. But I just want to reiterate for the 3rd time, that does not apply to this category. It doesn't matter. Since timing ends on the Nasty Nork kill, we don't do credit skip. What's up, Tim Mythical? Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate that. So yeah, I'm like, you guys can kind of see that I'm already like fucking doing this. Technically, I'm not even practicing this correctly because like you're supposed to do it from the fade in. That's another problem with just the practice code setup I have here is that respawning, it puts you in a different position than at the adventure begin. The adventure begins, it's like a little further back, like right here or something like that. So what I would need to do is make a save state right before like the adventure begins. I can't just fucking reload like this because that's not the same thing as when you start a new run. So all of this that I'm doing right now, it's pointless. So, you know, you can see where the practice, you have to really like get the practice workflow worked out correctly in order to like start really effectively working on this trick. Because even if I sit here and wait, let's just say I'm in the correct position. Even if I don't sit here, even if I just sit here and wait, see how the dragon's shaking? That affects the way the trick goes. Because that dragon shaking can knock you off of him, you know, a little bit. And ideally you want him to shake once while you're on top of him. So that's why we do the flame there. So it triggers a shake. But if the timing isn't correct, then you won't trigger a shake with the You know what I'm saying? So it'll be all fucked anyways. This is like the level of precision with this trick that we're talking about. You need to be not respawned here. You need to be from Adventure Begins, which is back here in this exact position. And to do the day's setup, you need to do a not so full hop, an almost full hop, flame with the correct timing so that it fucking makes the dragon shake. Stop. See how I didn't stop there? That was too much momentum conservation. I had a bad jump. Or maybe I was in the wrong position, or any number of things. So we'd stop here, right? Let me just pretend like we did that jump, and we'd stop right here. And then with the little bit of momentum conserved, you would jump and then charge glide, but not optimally charge glide, because in this game, when we charge glide, we just hit square X really quickly. You have to do a suboptimal charge glide, which looks something more like this. Something like that. And then you get stuck on top of him. And then, but I got stuck on top of him too well there. I actually did it too well. So what you need to do is get imperfectly stuck on him, so that way you fall down at exactly the 4.5 second mark, so that way you void out at the same time you touch him. So it's like, there's a lot more than it meets the eye when it comes to trying to get consistent with this trick. It's not like a straightforward thing, even though the actual trick itself is straightforward just to do. It's like, okay, just flop on him and void out. Like, what's the big deal? This is why I'm not like super excited to practice this or figure this out, because it's like, to get even just the practice setup with it, the workflow, like I'm saying, to practice it, like I'm already I'm not even practicing it correctly here. Just respawning like that doesn't work. I would need to set a save state before before the fade in from the intro. And then work on all that other shit. So it's very fucked up, everybody. Like, this is the fact that Ash got this in a run and got world record with it yesterday, like, hopefully this gives you guys some appreciation of like how fucking hard that is. That's like, or that Laura got it in a previous record as well. Like, it's not like, okay, just do it until you get it and give it a few tries, you know, and then whatever. It's like, you got to know exactly what you're fucking doing here. You know, there's no fucking, because if you're like me and you're not like 100% like dialed in with all of those steps, then you just have no chance, basically. And so that's why I don't do it. Okay? Now, with all of that said, I could figure it out. You know, I'll have to spend many days and many hours, but I could figure it out and get somewhat consistent. At best, maybe halfway consistent with this. And then I'll start doing it in runs. But right now, I'm not there yet. I would rather, you know, play this game. I'd rather, you know, speedrun it for you guys, because I like playing it and speedrunning. And to me, what makes this game fun to speedrun is like getting good at the movement. And also the time save that you get from this trick can be outweighed in both the main categories just by having better execution. So I choose to focus my energy there. And that is my whole fucking cope for why I don't do Nestor Skip yet. So on that note, I'm going to do a run. Look, guys, there is always going to be a rebuttal. There's always going to be a rebuttal to what all the shit I just said there. There's always the natural counter argument to all that bullshit, all that whining, all that coping I did. The natural argument is, well, you could just do all that and get good at it and suck it up and have fun anyways. And do it. Why are you being a bitch? You know, the natural argument to that is don't be a bitch. Like kind of what Wistful's saying, like, well, okay, I'm over here focused on execution. How about you focus on that and get good at the trick? Imagine that. It's a fair argument. It's a fair argument. And that's why I'm telling you guys that I am a bitch for not doing that. It's a cope. It's 100% a cope. And I'm a bitch for not doing Nestor Skip. Okay? So let's please just leave it at that. And guys, don't put any... You can tell that it is a mental struggle for me, because I want to be as good as I can at this game. But a trick like this is a real roadblock for me. It really is, you know? And I will eventually tackle this roadblock head on, face my insecurities. But right now, that's not what I'm doing. Right now, I'm just trying to get the best run I can without that. And I just want to leave it at that. And it's like, you know, it's just stressing me out to go in circles with this discussion. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go pee real quick, and I'm gonna do some runs, and yeah, BRB. Plug my phone in. All right, let's see if we can get some good runs today, everybody. Man, I feel really like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I feel kind of upset after that whole Nestor skip discussion. All right, let me just breathe for a moment. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Thanks for the good luck, Ash. Congrats. We've been talking about how amazing you are today. Really, really amazing run yesterday. Everyone post a heart for Ash. Really cool. I'll spare you the embarrassment, but yeah, it was a super sick run. Kale Kuma, thank you for the resub. By the way, when I was busy whining about Nestor skip, I didn't even acknowledge Tim Mythical with the sub and Wireless Zebra with 5 gifts. Thank you so much. It really reminds me that there's really just a lot more to this than just doing the most optimal things all the time. You know? Like, I'm over here losing my mind because I don't do like an optimal strat. And and just look at that, and I'm like, me losing my mind due to insecurity. I'm not even paying attention to people gifting subs. It's like, half these people gifting don't even give a fuck whether I do Nestor skip or not, you know what I mean? So why am I insecure? You know? Where are the priorities in this whole hobby? Are they in just being like the best ever, or is it in just like doing what's good for you, you know? It should be the latter, but it's hard, it's easy to get that fucked up. Vladimir, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. And I'm not over here saying fuck Nestor skip. It's just something that I'm insecure about because I haven't practiced it enough and I'm not ready to incorporate it in runs. And I'm truly putting that off and I'm really embarrassed about that. Like, honestly. 3, 2, 1, go. It's the truth. I'm insecure and sad and, you know, all the self-loathing feelings, you know, on the topic of Nestor skip. And one day I hope to overcome that. Okay, you know, I hope to overcome that and learn the trick and maybe do it in a run or two, and that would be huge for me. But today is not that day. Today I just want to play the game and have fun, and it can be hard. It can be hard too when you're battling insecurities like that. You know what I'm saying? Three, two, one, go.
Okay, rolling. Oh, it's been peaceful.
Anyways, I'm gonna try to take my mind out of this headspace because it's really bringing me down to talk about. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get a good run here. Yeah, that's an emote of Spyro. Yeah. To switch gears here, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys. I opened a Roth IRA yesterday. Last night in bed, I did that. Kind of crazy that you can set up a fucking investment retirement account while stoned in your bed. Like, welcome to the year 2024. I also, my CD that I made last year, which a certificate of deposit, it matured yesterday as well, so... I moved around all my savings and stuff, and I'm really proud with how it's all looking now. I have a nice... I now officially have an investment portfolio. I now have more money in a new CD with a higher APY, and I still have an emergency savings fund in a high yield account. So I'm really proud of the way I've managed my savings this last evening. A lot of people don't even get the chance to think about things like this, let alone execute them in a mature way without just fucking dumping all your savings into crypto or some dumb shit, you know? And I'm still like debating on how much risk I want to take in the investments in my Roth IRA. I figure since I'm young, I might want to do like some more volatile index funds, but I won't bore you guys with all those details. So I'm giving myself the weekend to like really decide where I want to dump that money that's in my IRA. Especially while all the transfers are still happening. Yeah, I got a 10 months at 5.1% interest on the, or at 5.1% APY. 10 months. That was the only option that was over 5% on the particular CD that I got. There's probably better ones out there, but that's about as good as you can hope for. Yeah, we need it. We need to start getting interest on these gems. That would help out my runs a lot. Gonna put these gems in a... Forget Spyro holding these gems in his pocket. He needs to put them into a damn index fund or something. We'll make some returns before we get to nasty. Oops. What's up, Resident Evil? Saw the 120 record with commentary, the emotion suspense. Yeah, dude, that was probably the run of my life, I gotta say. Thanks for checking that out. Yeah, Schloop, I'm thinking about putting like at least half of the money I have currently in my Roth IRA into the S&P 500 index fund, and then maybe doing the rest on like something a little bit more volatile in the tech sphere, like semiconductors or something like that. Another index fund. Just so I have like one like that's like relatively safe and another one that's like more volatile. I mean, they're both technically like, you know, at risk of the market crashing or whatever, but at least one is a little bit more safer than the other. I'm not doing any like bonds or any like ultra safe things because like I said, I already have a bunch of money in a CD, which like would accomplish the same goal. Yeah, you play it safe. Just put it all in Bitcoin. Well, yeah, interesting. 1 month at 5.26%. I mean, hey, that's not bad. You just have to remake the CD every month, which is kind of, well, I mean, like it's 5.2% right now, but then next month or in 3 months, maybe it'll be 4. You know, it's something you have to like baby and like pay more attention to. That's another thing with like finances and whatnot is like, sure, something might get you more yield, but then it's also going to be more effort and like more unstable. I'm just going to continue. So that's like the great push and pull of different types of investments is like, do you want something that's safe and like, you know, that you're just going to have for a long time and that has like a mostly like higher like guaranteed expected return, or do you want to like really go for the maximum amount of growth but in exchange for volatility, you know? And then on top of that, you might have to be paying attention to it more, you know, which time, you know, you guys don't consider, but like time is money. The time and effort you spend on investments and stuff is, you know, is valuable. And if you find yourself having to constantly like move different like funds around and stuff, you know, that like versus just set it and forget it, you know, there's value there, you know. Oh, dude, I should have just gone for a second Mama proxy. I just didn't feel like it. I mean, there is pros and cons. I mean, if you go for a second Mama proxy and then fail it, it's like you're going to feel more inclined to reset. Versus if you're trying to no reset, and like in my case, especially getting over the wall, like how I did, I feel like it made sense to not just death abuse. So there is like pros and cons to it. I think I made a decent enough call with my execution, even though I'm like behind. Like, if I'd have immediately death abuse and then got Mama proxy, I would have maybe, you know, been like less than 10 seconds behind. But if I'd have failed Mama proxy again, then it would have been like 20 plus seconds behind. So it's like, it's just like with stocks, it's a high risk, high reward type of decision. And I opted for a low risk situation. Oh my God, come on. Yeah, I just explained that, Das Cats. I hope that was helpful. It is faster. You guys got to remember, sometimes you look at the run, and this is the same thing with like Nestor Skip. It's like sometimes you guys are looking at this run, you're thinking, well, why not do this other thing that's faster? You know? And maybe you're considering, oh, well, maybe it's risky or whatever. But there's like a lot more than just something is faster that like impacts like whether I do a strat or not, you know? It's the risk reward is a big part of it. And the truth is doing a second Mama proxy attempt is riskier. It's higher risk, higher reward, higher loss if you fail again. Like you basically forced yourself to reset if you do Mama proxy again and fail, you know? Whereas I'm trying to no reset right now and I got over the wall, so it made sense not to do a second attempt for me in that moment. And that's a call you have to make like in the moment within like a second or two, by the way. So you gotta, it's one of those things where it's like, maybe in you guys' minds, it's like, okay, well, it makes more sense to just go for second Mama. But it's like, you don't know what you're gonna do like in the moment. You gotta in speedrun. You kind of have to follow your heart when it comes to recoveries and stuff like that. Like I don't mean to make it sound more complex than it is, but it is kind of more complex than what you might think as a viewer. Like there's a lot that goes into that beyond just like risk reward and this is more optimal and this is less optimal. You know? Muscle memory is another aspect to it that can impact those like flash decisions that you make within a second or two. You know, like just because a strat's faster, if you're worse at a faster strat and better at a slower strat, chances are if you're grinding runs like me, you're gonna want to go for the slower thing. You know, just because you can do it more consistently. Like if you're on a good pace, you want to play it safe to some degree. You know, and not just throw your fucking run like. Or maybe you don't. It's really just like a person-to-person decision type situation. I hope that gives some insight into like, well, just do this thing. It's more optimal. Just do Nestor skip. It's more optimal. Just do death abuse if you miss Mama Proxy once. It's like, yeah, you're not wrong, but also there's more to it than that. There's more to be considered than just those elements. Never settle for mediocre. Well, okay, you can go for every fucking single thing in your run, Mr. Bethis. You know, but the thing is I think we have the impression that like going for a slower strat means that you're like you're saying like settling for mediocrity. Like I'm not going for Nestor skip, so I'm officially settling for mediocrity. You know, but it's like, dude, I can get world record like without it. So you're saying if everything I do now is mediocre? It's like it's not so black and white, my friends. Oh, shit, I might reset soon though. I'm not digging this run. So like don't oversimplify what's happening here. You know, maybe if you want to look at it in like just like okay, do this, don't do this, whatever. Like for your own runs, fine. But like I don't like having that pressure from my chat about like why don't you do this? It's faster. Do that, it's faster, you know? It's like, dog, you can do that. If you give two fucks, maybe you can learn the fucking game, you know what I mean? And you can do it your way. But I'm gonna do it my way, and I really need you guys to, like, respect that, you know? You guys know what I'm saying? At this point, for me, it's really not even about getting world record anymore, because I already know that Ash is gonna, like, far exceed what my current skill cap is in this category with their PB eventually. Not currently, but eventually. I mean, like their PB is going to reflect. Like once the world record turns into like a 37.0 something, or maybe even a 36, like I'm probably not gonna, at where I'm currently at, I can't hit that, you know, unless I start getting more optimal, like how you guys are suggesting. But you gotta consider, I'm not like doing like some baby, you know, pussy strats here. I'm going for some pretty tough, I go for some strats that not even Ash or Laura do, you know? And so there's just like, everyone has their own approach with this, you know? I'm gonna not keep talking about this because I feel like I'm kind of talking in circles here. It's just a struggle to convey like why we do what we do here sometimes, when it's not like the most optimal thing. Because as a viewer, it's like, just do the most optimal thing, you know? Like, I get it. Like, why continue this run? It's not going to PB, right? But if I think that way, I'm going to lose my fucking mind because I'm never going to finish a run, basically. If I only continue runs that PB, that's what I was doing earlier this week, by the way. And I was like losing my fucking mind. Like, it's like PB or bust. It's like, that's a quick like path to burnout, you know? I'm not trying to burn out. I'm trying to have fun here, dude. I'm trying to like play this game that I enjoy, that's given me so much, and have fun with it and share it with you guys, and also try my best and get better, you know? It doesn't have to be such a black and white thing. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the good luck, Chiyu. Yeah, you're good, Beppis. I'm not trying to misconstrue anyone's words here. I'm getting the sentiment that it's like, why not do the faster thing? I know you guys ask this out of curiosity and not out of any like real judgy, you know. Thing. But I'm just sharing, you know, for those of you who are judging me for one reason or another. Like, I'm just sharing my outlook. Like, that's really all it is. I'm not trying to like get on anyone's case here. Yeah, just be. Oh yeah, why not just be faster? Like, yeah. Deo, I see you're 17 seconds behind. Have you considered resetting? You know, it's like cut me a break. Like, give me some room to be myself here. You know, let me have my fun. I know. How much time does Nestor Skip save? Dude, bad for, I know that you know how much time it saves. But I'll say anyways, in any percent it saves 5 seconds because you skip the dragon at the end of Stone Hill. You also lose some gems depending on how early you exit. And in 120%, it saves 16 seconds just on the entire Nestor dialogue alone that you would otherwise have to watch. So yeah, 5 seconds at any percent, 16 seconds in 120. What's up, No Dream? Thank you for the gift. What's up, Vlad? Thank you for the Prime as well. I don't think I shouted that out. Love you guys. Thanks for all the subs, guys. Oh, I did the wrong thing there. Speaking of 120, I say 120 and I do a 120 strat. Dumbass. Yes, Nestor's dialogue is totally unskippable. Correct. That's why Nestor's skip is a thing. Oh, that's another idea, Wireless. That's not a bad idea. In that case, you would probably be spending a similar amount. I don't know. That's not a bad idea. Well, the thing is that you get a yellow and 3 reds on that last dragon, right before that last dragon in Shemp. So even though you'd be getting a 25 for a similar amount of movement, it's really you're only really getting 25 minus 13 gems in exchange for that particular strategy. Oops. I don't know. It would have to be timed and stuff. I can't say whether it's better or not, but it's not a bad idea. Slow. Yeah, if you just practice 24/7, you turn into a zombie and hated yourself and, you know, just forget everything that makes you human, then dude, you would be so much better at this game. You know? And the sad thing is, like, some speedrunners take that approach, especially when they get to like the higher level, like where we're at now. It's like, for me, some days I find myself having to fight that feeling of like, let's just fucking play until I hate myself type shit, you know? It's like, that's like, how much do you really value your humanity in a fucking hobby like this? It really gets you in tune with like with questions like that. These are things you really don't have to think about in normal day-to-day like life, or even in a lot of hobbies, but or your job. Like maybe you just hate your job and that's it. But like in this, like I have the option to hate it depending on how I approach it, or I have the option to like it depending on how I approach it. You know, it all comes down to me and how I want to do it. So that's why I say it is complex. It is more complex than just like looking at like, you know, this trick saves time or this trick is too risky or whatever. It's like there's a lot of subjective matters on all that, like that impact just like how much you feel like something's worth it. Okay, we are really messy, complex, emotional creatures, you know? And we're trying to do something that's very like robotic and like, you know, this game has no care for my emotions or whatever. So if I approach it with like, if my approach is different or whatever, like that's going to be reflected in the game. Whatever I put, it's a total like input output function type thing. It's like if I'm putting anger and aggression and over optimization at the cost of my own emotional health into this game, well, I'm going to get shit thrown back at me. You know, if I put a shit attitude into this game, it's like I always say this, playing this game is like looking into a mirror. It's like if I'm just doing some strat out of spite because like, oh, well, I guess I have to do this, but I fucking hate it, you know, then that's going to just come back and bite me in the ass because maybe I'll get the strat, but then like it's just going to be a net negative for my mental health and will lead to a burnout, to a downturn. It's not even going to necessarily guarantee me better runs if I necessarily like force myself to do Nestor skip right now. You know what I'm saying? There's so much like just like holistic like self-understanding and self-acceptance that goes into this hobby that it's like, you know, I had to accept that like with Nestor skip, like I'm insecure, you know, like I don't want to do it, but I'm also insecure about that. Like there's not always like a perfect solution like that. You know, right now with Nestor skip, I'm at an impasse. It's like I could do it and lose my mind, or I could not do it and feel insecure. Like neither one of those situations is like a perfect solution. So there's a lot of like self, you know, coming to grips with yourself that I think is a big part of this hobby that you guys aren't even thinking about when you like suggest like, oh, what about this strat? What about that strat? You know. Understandably, I mean, you guys aren't the ones like playing, you know. What's up, Craig? Aren't needed till someone gets a world record. I think the general attitude is that like, okay, we're gonna need to do Nestor skip once the world record is good enough. Like that's the general attitude, right? But like I have kind of an unbeatable 120% time without Nestor skip. Like you can do Nestor skip till the cows come home and I'm still not scared you're gonna beat my PB. So have that make sense to me, you know? Like there is still very much a human element of people need to get up to each other's level, to whoever the top player is. People need to get up to their level before you can even start saying that this strat is required, that strat is required, you know? Right now, nobody is on Ash's level in this category. And right now, no one's at my level in 120%. And so it's like the whole like fucking, oh, do you need to do this, need to do that strat? It's like, it's kind of like a you know what I'm saying? It's like a non-argument almost. It's like, well, you gotta get good first, you know? But people like to think about things theoretically. They don't like to think about it like practically like that. That people need to like reach a certain level before doing a different strat even like is relevant. People just think, well, in theory, if you do another strat and play like the best player, like everything's theoretical, but like there's no acknowledgement of like of the emotional side of all this, the amount of like time investment, the amount of like insecurity you face from not doing a strat versus the amount of like, you know, self-destruction that could possibly come from forcing yourself to do a strat. There's no consideration of that. It's just with the theoretical like, well, in theory, everybody's going to need to do every possible task strat by the end of time, you know? It's like, but that really does not get to the core of like how we're gonna like the road to get there, you know, of how one gets better themselves. You just have to decide on an individual basis if you want to do a strat, regardless of whether world record does it, regardless of whether, you know, whoever does it. You gotta just decide whether you want to do a strat or not for your own, like, you gotta know yourself. You gotta just know yourself. And then you'll be surprised at how much further you could take something without doing the most optimal thing all the time. Like, I think it's fair to say that, and I don't mean to throw like shade at Ash, but I feel like it's fair to say that Ash's movement isn't like necessarily like the most like, you know, ball busting, like fast paced shit ever. Like Ash very clearly slows down at some spots to grab gems and whatnot. Like, and that's like, and it's despite that, they're still way ahead of myself and Laura, you know. So how does that theoretically make sense, you know? There's like such a human element to this. Whoop. That's my only point. It's just not as simple as I think a lot of you guys might think, just comparing strats and comparing theoretical possibilities. Until you've put in a lot of hours yourself speedrunning it, you just can't really know what I mean. But hopefully I'm like explaining it to some degree. I am sparksless, by the way. This is epic. Anyways, the TLDR is that there's just so much that goes into this hobby that like just goes beyond like what's theoretically the best, what's the best risk reward. There's such an element of like, I want to do this, I feel I have fun doing that, regardless of like whether it's the best strat or even makes sense or not from an outside perspective. That element is so real, and it's really hard to see that as a viewer, I think. And that's okay, because you guys are just, you know, you guys are just a bunch of armchair speedrunning bitches, you know? Like, what the fuck do you guys care about, like, the emotional implications of doing a trick? You guys aren't the ones playing, you know? So who cares? Like, it makes sense. Yeah, I lived there, by the way. Legend. Like, I'm sure by you guys' estimation, all these emotional things that I'm talking about are just a bunch of distractions. You know, just things that are holding you back, you know, maybe. I'm sure some of you guys are hearing all this shit and maybe are thinking that reaction. Oh, well, it's just a big cope, you know? Hey, you know, neither one of us are really right or wrong here. I'm just saying that element is definitely there. What's up, Dismay? Thank you, Ink. Is that really a saying in computing? Premature optimization is the root of all evil? Because that really does apply to speedrunning. You mean like with like coding something, you try to optimize something before it's like actually done being like written or whatever? I was supposed to grab this. Dude, I keep forgetting to grab the sparks outside this level. Dude, I cried last night, guys. Like, since you mentioned it, Gecko, like, yeah, I cried last night. I was really happy with how my Spyro grind, like, went, like, emotionally yesterday. But, I remember I had made all those ribs, This is kind of personal for me, so like I'll just, I mean, since I'm talking about it, since you mentioned crying, like I figure I'll just put it out there. I made those ribs yesterday, and like I got a little overwhelmed because Sarah asked me to make a salad, which sounds really silly in retrospect, but I was like just about ready. I was like plating everything basically for me and her, and she was like, "Hey, can you like, you know, just at the last second, she's like, can you grill some, you know, broccoli for me?" And I got kind of like stressed, like in that moment. I was like, oh, you know, like I got all these dishes and I don't know, like maybe I could make a salad or something, like, you know, and then she's like, fine, like I'll just make it myself, whatever. And then I just like, I don't know what, but I just went so dark in that moment. Like I just like I went into the bedroom and I just like looked at the floor. I was like, I felt like I ruined everything. Do you guys ever like overreact or like get really sensitive? Like I feel like it was like a really oversensitive reaction from me, but like, yeah, she wasn't even mad at me or anything. She was just like, ugh, fine, whatever, you know. But like I went back into the kitchen, I was just like profusely apologizing and like, and I broke down. I started crying. I was like, I had felt like I ruined like dinner or something. So yeah. There's my story about being a, you know, overly sensitive man or whatever. It's, I think it just goes like all this stuff we're saying about like our emotions and stuff like that. It's like they really rarely do our emotional reactions to things really make sense. Rarely is that the case. I knew in my head that I was like overreacting. I was being kind of overly sensitive, but I couldn't help myself from like breaking down over it. Over a salad. Over my girlfriend asking me to make her a salad and me getting a little stressed out by that. Like, I fucking overreacted like crazy. And I knew it in the moment. I was like, why do I feel like shit right now from that? Why do I feel so bad? I feel like I ruined everything. You know, that's how it felt. And I think past experiences have a lot to do with that sort of thing. Yeah, maybe sometimes something builds up, like, you know, or something like that. Yeah, dude, the ribs were great, by the way. I really enjoyed them, but I had to like go through like a bit of a breakdown a little bit before I could like actually eat and enjoy dinner. It was pretty wild. I really was not expecting, you know, not even making dinner, just plating dinner to be like the hardest part of my day yesterday. Veggie's gonna be stressful, guys, but I ask that you don't like read too deeply into it. It was just something that I experienced yesterday. I have my own like past and experiences that like maybe could be a reason. I was definitely speculating on it a bit yesterday, but I ask that you guys, out of respect to me and like me sharing my story, that you know, please don't speculate on why I reacted that way. I just wanted to share that did happen, and you know, it was just interesting. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, please know, like, therapists in the chat. Thanks. You guys, I want to say this very clearly. You guys don't know me like that. You guys don't know what my past is like. You don't know why, you know, I am the way I am. Like, you maybe a lot of you guys watch me all the time. You like, maybe you feel like you understand me to some degree. I'm here to tell you very clearly, no matter, even if you've been watching me every day for years, you do not know me. You just straight up don't know me like that. So please don't conjecture like why I feel a certain way. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but it's just like, just the honest to God, it's just the reality check, you know? I say this a lot too on this topic. The way I act on stream is a very different version of myself to how I act in real life, to how I act around other people. Like, I literally don't like having other people on my stream because I feel like it throws off like my, I don't want to call it like my stream persona, but just how I am naturally on stream is very different to how I am like around other people or how I am naturally around other people. It like, you guys aren't going to believe this, but I'm a pretty quiet person in real life, like around other people. Like, I consider myself a pretty good listener. Like, I can be loud, you know, get a few drinks. I mean, I could be like as talkative as you hear me now, but I'm not sitting here talking to myself like in real life, like in this way, you know? So I say that because whatever impression you may have of me from watching my stream or my videos or whatever, that's not a clear picture of who I am at all. That's all, the only point I'm making. And so I just, you know, I hope you guys understand that. And I think, you know what, like, to take that point further, that shit's probably true of every person you know. However you know a person, you know, like, you don't know you don't know them in their totality. You may not have seen them in their darkest moments. Or maybe you think you know, you're like good friends with someone and you've seen them in a dark moment. But that might not tell you everything either, you know? Even when it seems like people are laying it all out on the line, you know, and you're around them, like, there is still some, like, level of social adjustment happening there. Like, especially, you know, in a professional environment, you know, forget about it. You're not, whoever your boss or your coworkers, you don't fucking know them at all, you know? You know the work version of them. Even if you go out and have drinks with them and stuff, you're still just their coworker, you know? Or you're still their friend, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all have barriers like that is all I'm saying. Like, naturally, like, we can't avoid it. No matter how fucking open-hearted you think you are, you'll never really be able to know somebody entirely. I think that's an important lesson. What's up, Dr. Walker? Welcome, welcome. And that's especially true for if you watch someone through a fucking screen, like a live stream. This is, like, especially true in my case. Like, you guys definitely don't know who I am. Even if I am candid with you guys very often, and I show you guys a side of myself that maybe not everyone in my real life gets to see. Conversely, you guys don't get to see the side of me that I share with people in real life, so, you know. So there's no example of anyone that really knows me. Nobody knows you as well as you. That's just the truth about, like, the world. Oops. Oops. Yeah, and even then, Aggro makes a good point. Even then, we might not know ourselves that well, even at all. Who the fuck even am I? Who are we? You know, type shit. Like, what is my personality? Am I introverted? Am I shy? Am I outgoing? Like, who the fuck am I even, you know? It's so true. Yeah, so you never really, my point is you never know somebody. You think you know somebody, but you just, if the moment you think you know somebody is the moment that, you know, you're just setting yourself up to be surprised when you don't, you know? They show you that you don't. One thing that I am is Santa Claus. Yes, I am Santa Claus. That is actually true. You guys, we can say definitively that I am 100% a young Santa. That is the exception. Look at that funny ass proxy. But yeah, the reason I say all this stuff about, like, you don't really know anyone around you in that real of a way is when it starts getting into stuff like life advice type stuff, you know, like anytime you give someone life advice, like you're thinking like, oh, I'm being so helpful and so compassionate and whatever. But, you know, you got to be thinking about, like, is this something that this person wants to hear, is ready to hear, or even like is helpful. Maybe it's something that's helpful for you, but not them, you know, like I think that's very common with, like, you know, life outlook stuff. Why do you feel that way, you know? That's why therapists, they just ask questions. They don't, like, well, I don't know. I haven't been in therapy really, so I don't know, but I feel like therapists ask more questions and do more listening than they do actual, like inferring, like, what you're like. Yeah, they don't solve your problems for you. They just help you work through a problem. That's why I don't, like, feel like I need a therapist per se, because this is how I work through, like, whatever my issues I'm having, is I speak about it on stream and stuff. Your therapist is constructive. Hey, I mean, I believe it. I'm not trying to talk shit on therapy. Like, let me be very clear. Like, I've never been to therapy. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm an expert on this. But we're all different. Like, one thing I can say is that we are all very different, and it's hard to say that you really, like, know somebody. That's all I can say. And so the reason I like even got into this conversation was because when I shared, like, kind of an emotional, sensitive moment I had earlier, people started typing, oh, well, maybe that's because of something in your childhood, you know, stuff like that. It's like, dog, like, let's slow down here, like, like, you know, you don't know me, you know. As sometimes, like, when you're talking to someone, you got to just check yourself with that. Like, am I talking like I really fucking know this person? Like, I don't, you know, it's like a humility check sort of thing, you know. To be able to do that for yourself is like a skill, I think. Yeah, the Deo chat pipeline from armchair speedrunner to armchair therapist. Don't be don't fall into the pipeline. Anyways, what the fuck do I know? I don't know shit. Connecting with a therapist is important. Am I crazy for not wanting to be in therapy? Like, do you guys? I'll let you. I'll pull down the ego for a second. Let you guys judge me how you will. Like, do you guys think I need therapy? $42.11. That was not good. But I'll do some more runs. Don't worry about it.
Sorry I took so long. I kind of forgot about you.
What about Ganasty Ganor?
I think I'm too. I don't think I'm too smart. I just don't feel like I need to, like, for what I share with you guys. Like, I don't feel like I need to share that with a therapist. Like, I mean, I could. It wouldn't, like.
What will you do next?
It just seems like it just seems like a waste of time to me. Or I'm not, like, too smart. I'm not like, oh, I'm better than a therapist. Can help everyone. I think I should just schedule, like, a therapy thing just so I can, like, have, like, an opinion on this. Because right now, like, I don't really have, like, a good outlook on this subject. A lot of you guys have been to therapy. I feel like I should, like, book, like, a sports psychologist, you know, meeting or something like that. And just talk about, like, the whole grind and the whole landscape of, like, what I'm trying to do in this game and in speedrunning and streaming and how it affects my psyche. Like, just go through all that with, like, maybe a sports psychologist or something like that. Or esports, you know, type psychologist person. Because that would be more relevant to, like, what I'd be talking about, in all honesty. But yeah, I think I should do that just so, like, and it's not because it's like I feel like I need that, but it's just like I feel like whenever I talk to you guys about, like, therapy, I want to be just more informed about the subject. Like, I don't feel like I really, like, am saying anything of value here if I talk about therapy. I've never been in it. What do I know? Let me... Yeah, I feel like that's what would happen to me, Tommy, is, like, I would complain about some basic shit and, like, whatever. And then it's like, it's just going to be like, all right, well, my problems, like, aren't that, you know, it's fine. Like, I would probably realize something like that. My problems are trivial, you know. But that's just me assuming. I'm just assuming, you know, like, I don't really know that from experience. The only way you can know is by doing it. You have a problem with the conversation? You don't want to put someone like that if you commit suicide? Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. That is arguably someone who's been terrible thing. I'm saying you don't want to. I'm saying don't commit suicide because you're going to put weight on other. Like it's a bad thing to do to people. Like I'm sorry if that was like negative to you. Like I'm saying you should not commit suicide because you will hurt people that you think you're. My point was like you think you're alone, but you're not. That was my point. I'm sorry if the way I worded that offended you. I feel like that's like, right? Okay, I'm sorry, ZVs. I mean, like, I'm not trying to make you feel worse here, all right? Like, I want you to know I love you. I don't want you to feel like more down in the dumps or anything. Okay, I'm sorry. Do you accept my apology? I'm just trying to share love here. Like, literally the whole point of it is like, I'm just trying to share that you are loved. That's like the whole point. Is like, you're loved, you know? I'm not trying to make you feel bad or whatever. So yeah, I hope you can accept my apologies, ZVs. I hope you don't fucking hate me or whatever. Okay, cool. Look, and I'll say this as well, because I think I've been talking about a lot of subjects that I don't really have that experience with today. And, you know, depression, suicide, those are things that I haven't had to come to grips with and face, like, head on, like probably in the way some of you guys have. So I have no place to talk about it, is the truth, you know? So for that, I also apologize, you know? Let's do another run. God, I feel terrible. I hope I'm not like... I hope I'm not crossing any lines here, you know? Like, I'm not trying to, like, tell you... I really don't want to tell you guys how to live your life. Like, you guys have to think like me. Or anything like that, you know? Like, I want you guys to know if you're struggling that somebody loves you. Somebody cares about you. If you're in my chat, I care about you, you know? Even if you're an annoying bitch or whatever. Like, I care about you. Even if you get banned, I still love you. I know that might sound crazy to say, but... 3, 2, 1, go. And yeah, you know, that's all I'm trying to say here. I'm not trying to say like I know any of this from experience, or like the same thing with the therapy that like I can't really make an inference about like the value of therapy on myself because I've never been in it. I can't make an inference on like, you know, how to help someone cope with depressive thoughts because I've been depressed, but not like that. Probably not in the same way, you know. Like in the same way I was saying earlier that you guys like don't know me, I don't know you, you know, and I have to like accept that like humility, and I really don't want to make you guys like feel like I'm telling you how to live or whatever, especially despite not knowing you guys like that, you know. I just want you guys to know I love you, you know, that's all. Anyway, let's see if we can get a good run here. Thanks for the good luck, Shiny. too quiet. I know. A lot of thoughts. I mean, I feel like I don't have much else to say at this point. What's up, real Mr. Jerry? Thank you for the gift. I feel really embarrassed that I made someone feel bad trying to talk about like depression and suicide and stuff. Or to be talking about therapy or any of this stuff. Like I have fucking any idea what that's like. I really don't. So I just want to like, I don't mean to be over apologizing here, but like I do want to apologize if I've like acted like I know shit that I fucking have no idea. Like, I think my goal here, like, I want to lift you guys up, you know, with the shit I'm saying here. I'm not trying to, like, fucking beat you guys down with, like, some fucking morals and shit. Like I said, like, telling you how to live and, like, you feel bad if you don't think the way I do, you know, type of shit. I'm not trying to, like, you know, be, like, the fucking, what do they call, like, the thought police or whatever, you know? So yeah, anybody that's ever been, I could tell that most of you guys are like fine with like generally what I'm saying, but to anybody who's ever been like offended by some of the things I've said, you know, yeah, like I love you ZVs and all that. Like my goal is not to bring anybody down. My goal is to help lift you guys up with some of the more like life outlook type things that I discuss. So, yeah. It's a threat and a curse, yeah. Oh, man. Dude, tell me about that ZVs, like, so true, man. That's what I was dealing with last night, I think, with that concept of just like, I know that I was like overreacting, you know, and I started crying. I remember just over dinner, you know, just about dinner. Like who cares? Like it's not a big deal. And I knew it wasn't a big deal. I knew Sarah wasn't mad at me for not making her a salad or whatever. But like, I was so overcome with emotion in that one moment. I was like overwhelmed, really. And yeah, I just couldn't help but just like. Or just cry, I guess. Oh, Jesus. Where's the glide? Ugh. Oh, man. Dude, today is like, I really feel like the emotional weight today, you know? It just is what it is. 3, 2, 1, go. Yesterday it's really crazy how like each day has been like a real different vibe, I think. Where day before yesterday, I was on like a really hardcore, just focused on the game, like really trying to only do PB paces until I lost my mind type of grind. And then yesterday it was more chill and happy and just no resetty and having a good time. And now like, I kind of don't know where I'm at, like emotionally. Right now I'm like, I feel like a heavy emotional weight right now. That I don't really know how to get rid of. Do I like fast food? What are some of my favorite spots and orders? Resident Evil trying to change the subject here. Probably for the best. I don't know. Sarah and I were talking about In-N-Out earlier today. Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta just let time do its thing, you know? There's no answers when it comes to like complex feelings and emotional weight, like. And I think in my case, I'll speak for myself, not for anyone else here, but in my case, like, I'm just going to let time do its thing, and hopefully I can, as this grind continues today, I can just relax a little bit. Just a little wound up, and just gotta let it be. Can't reason your way out of this one. What's up, Shelby? Thank you for the good luck. Oh, thank you, Schloop. That's kind of you. Jack, thanks for the good luck. Choo Choo, thank you for the 2,000 huff. I don't know what kind of currency that is, but thank you. Appreciate that. And I see we got another membership earlier. I'll shout out in a moment as well. That was... Oh my god. God, it's not showing me. Somebody else also did like a membership, I think. It's like not... I see their profile pic there, but it's not telling me who they are. Thank you, whoever did that. I'll try to look, but... Obviously, I only get so much time between levels. Stupid-ass YouTube chat. Not you guys, I mean like the actual chat design. ZVs, thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. Oh, it's Hungarian $5. Thank you for clarifying. Appreciate that, Choo Choo. Stop wasting time. Yeah, I know, true, right, A? What am I doing here? Clearly terrible routing on my part. Yeah, ZV says Prime's not available for 4 days. I get a rare real money sub. Yeah, I feel that. Thank you for that. Do I get the same value from those as regular subs? It actually depends. For Prime subs, it depends on where you're from. So if you're from Turkey, like kind of the meme is that if you're from Turkey and you Prime sub, the streamer only gets like 2 cents from that or something. But if you live in America, I'm pretty sure it's like the full $2.50 or whatever. Up to 50%, I think. But I don't know the intricacies of that. I just know that it varies. Yeah, get the full amount. The cool thing is, you know, since you did an actual sub, like a paid sub, I actually get 70% of that because I'm in the Partner Plus program. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't treat any like primes like any less than normal subs or anything. It's just all, to me, it's all just generosity, you know, whether you give me $1 or 10 or 100, you know, it's like, you're going to get a similar level of thank you from me. I'm not going to sit here and like, you know, conversely to like, I'm not going to pull strings over like a couple cents or like $1 or whatever. Is the same logic as like, I'm not going to fucking cry and lose my mind because someone donates $1,000. In fact, I wish that people would not do that, actually. I don't really feel comfortable getting more than $100 of a donation at once, to be honest. And I have my own reasons for that, but... You know, my point is that I appreciate you guys for watching and supporting in whatever way you wish. You have to qualify for Partner Plus every month? No, you don't have to. Once you're in it, you get 1 year from the first month that you're in it. Or rather, it's 1 year from the last month that you're eligible. So since I've made the Partner Plus requirements every month, let's just say this month, or let's just say next month, I don't meet the requirements. That'll be the first of 12 months before I actually lose Partner Plus. I would have to go a whole year without making the requirements before I'm actually kicked out of the program, which is very lenient and nice. So yeah, no, I don't have to hit the requirements every month. Yeah, exactly. 12 months, but it resets each month that you actually do get the requirements. At least that's how it works for now. Who knows if they might change the policy or whatever. Ugh, painful. Let's continue. I'm just gonna reset, actually. Feel like resetting that one. 90% of YouTube revenue. I mean, if you super chat, I pretty much get all of that. So like a super chat, I'd probably get like 90% of that. It just factors into my Google AdSense payment. Oh. 3, 2, 1, go.
Thanks for answering my dumb Twitch questions.
Yeah, no problem, no dream. Actually, I don't know how much I get of super chats, but it's got to be somewhere like 90% or something. At least.
Okay, rolling.
Oh,
Just the actual transaction fee. It's like similar to if you were to, you know, donate on PayPal. It's like I see like 95 or 90-something% of that. So if that's a concern for any of you guys, like how much of your money is actually making it to me, then you can just like super chat or directly donate. And then I'll be seeing like the vast majority of that money. There's no possible way, like with this conversation, there's always someone that asks like, is there a way you can donate that the streamer gets 100%? And the only way that's possible is if you use like a money app like Venmo or you know, Cash App or something like that. In which case you would have to live in America, and then I'd have to give out some personal details on my Twitch, which I don't feel super comfortable with. I don't, you know, Patreon also has a service fee as well, but that is also one of those like I see like, you know, 90+% of the donations there as well. That is akin to a direct donation. So yeah, there's no perfect, you know, there's no perfect 100% like solution or anything. Unless I start fucking linking my Cash App on the fucking stream, which you'll see that from people. So like, you'll Cash App me. They're just being penny pinchers, really. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to pinch you guys as pennies. I'm just thankful for you all watching. Just trying to make it as easy as possible, you know? How do I feel when I get the rat on for first try on a good run? Dude, it's like such a crazy feeling because it's like this fucking surge. It's a surge of adrenaline when you're on a good run and you get a first try rat. It's so crazy because you'll be like kind of nervous on rat on a good pace, but then it goes from nervous to shitting your pants kind of vibes, you know? And so it really, and you could feel physically like, you know, your blood pressure raising and stuff like that, and your, you know, heart rate, and you start sweating, and it all happens just like that. Like, it's just a dump of adrenaline like that. Yeah, it's kind of cool, I guess. In 120%, it was definitely different because it was more intense adrenaline because it was like for a longer period of time. Because in that category, when you're on a good pace and you start getting past the really hard endgame levels like Lofty and stuff, the nerves and adrenaline like are slowly building through that process. It turns from nerves to adrenaline like throughout the, you know, the last 20 minutes of the run. And so you get like kind of a longer drip, but you get more adrenaline by the end in a category like 120%. Because in any percent, you know, like you just have that adrenaline shot for like the 1 minute that you're like finishing the game after Rat Proxy, really. But in 120%, I think the adrenaline is harder to manage when you're on a really good run, just because it is for such a longer period of time. That's why you guys saw me like on my world record in that category. You hear me just breathing, and all I could do was just focus on breathing, because otherwise I was like gonna crumble from the amount of like literal physical implications of the stress, you know, over a prolonged period. So it's crazy kind of the way those two, you know, I'm in a unique position where like I've experienced both things, and they are very different. They are both adrenaline, but they're a very different experience of adrenaline. I'll also say it is kind of like a drug, you know, getting a good run and getting those nerves and that adrenaline and like like all that. That's like, it's very addictive, actually. Just like how people get addicted to like exercise and stuff, you know what I mean? It's like you do something that physically stimulates your body, you know, it makes you feel like, oh my God, this is a big deal, you know, and it's definitely addicting, I would say. It's very akin to like a drug almost. Trying to avoid tax reporting with Twitch. Yeah. You're talking about people who say like, yo, my fucking Cash App. Well, since I'm like a full-time, like, I'm like self-employed full-time, like, it's just in my best interest to declare all of the PayPal donations, declare all of the, you know, so I have to put in like 3 or 4 different types of income on my taxes. And so, and like only part of that is covered by the actual tax forms, like Twitch's 1099. For example, this last tax season, for 2023, Twitch only had like $17,000 worth of royalties on the 1099 MISC form, which is way less than what I made from subs alone. So I had to like add that on, and you know, it gets pretty complicated when it comes to, it's not complicated, but you just got to make sure you like are declaring everything, you know. PayPal, Patreon, YouTube, Twitch. Oh, I'm not making. I made that. That was based. And then it's like if one of the fucking tax forms doesn't like say everything that you got from Twitch, you have to like declare the remainder. You know, it's just like just stupid. These websites are fucking stupid. Ash did achieve the world record, yes. And they them is the pronouns. When a run is trash, you have the adrenaline. Ironically, you get, or pardon me, it's they, she. But yeah, Ash fucking Ash is on such a fucking another level in this category. It's fucking amazing. It's actually like a joy to watch Ash play. Like, I'm getting to that point where I'm just a fan now. Like, I'm not even a competitor. I'm just a fan. Here we go. First run with Mama Proxy properly today. Yeah, to any of you guys who are familiar with tricks in this category, Ash got a 1-second world record with the following things occurring. Nestor skip, saving 5 seconds. Second try Mama Proxy, which lost 6 or 7 seconds. And also a bonk and jock, going for a fucking absolutely ludicrous jump at the start. And then yeah, second life rat, which is like about a 15-second time loss right at the end. They were like pushing like almost a 36 going into Nasty's world. This sucks. Like actually so fucking crazy. I am a fucking idiot. I'm like over here not paying attention. So yeah, just the amount of like ups and downs. Still, and by the way, despite all that, still got the best Dreamweaver split ever recorded by like a second or two. 35, 36 Dreamweavers. Like, wow, you know? With all sorts of ups and downs, and you know what I mean? It's like, it really shows, it's extra exciting to see a run like that because it really shows that the actual skill ceiling for someone like Ash is like definitely pushing like a 36. Definitely. So it's really cool to see.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
What's up, Gianluca? What's up, Bradley? Thank you for the good luck. Oops. Fuck today. Try to play Spyro with a Guitar Hero guitar? Yeah, nah. I'm kind of over the whole like weird controller like challenge run vibe. Like I've already done a Dance Dance Revolution pad. I did like a PlayStation remote controller thing. It's like I've had enough of those. I don't feel like just do a Guitar Hero controller now. Okay, now do a fucking fight stick. Now do a fucking, you know, one hand. I did a one-handed controller, I remember. It's like I'm just kind of over it at this point. Yeah, okay, now get the DK bongos. All right, any other crazy controller ideas, guys? Like, I'm not one of those guys that's like big on crazy controller. There's actually a streamer, if you are big on like weird controller like playthroughs. There's a guy who makes custom controllers. His name's Rudism, like the word rude and then ism at the end. You guys can look him up if you want to see like crazy custom, like weird funky controllers made out of like kids' toys and like a kid's keyboard or something, you know. like a cat keyboard, like playthrough of Dark Souls or some bullshit like that. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, didn't he make like a controller out of a banana or something? I don't know. Yeah, Bop It. That's another one. Using a Bop It, and that requires like some actual like engineering skills to like actually wire it. You know, get it all wired correctly so like a computer, like a whatever, can read it. I have done Spyro with a steering wheel. Gianluca. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I've already done a lot of those, so I don't really feel like I need to do much more. Yes, I did do my Croc playthrough while I had some Crocs there. I did prove it. If you watch my Croc playthrough, I was like, I got the Crocs right here. But they were like a size too small for me, I remember. Because we just got them from like, that's like my aunt or whatever gave me her old Crocs. So I didn't like wear them the whole time or anything, but... Yeah, I did have the Crocs on for part of the Croc playthrough. Bro, Nick, literally somebody just asked that. I've done everything except... I feel like I have to do the Guitar Hero controller now, just because you guys won't shut up about it. The whole reason I'm talking about this is because someone already asked that. The answer is no, I have not done the Guitar Hero controller, but I've done every other controller, so I don't feel the need to do a Guitar Hero controller. 3, 2, 1, go. You guys with your redundancy. I love talking in circles with you guys. Yeah, I need to get some new tropics to cope here.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
Guitar Hero is a Spyro... Dude, people play Guitar Hero with just a normal, you know, PlayStation controller. People do that. On like Clone Hero and shit. What's up, Siona? Thank you for the good luck. So is that a no on the... Yeah, no, I don't know, guys. I mean, let me just explain the whole fucking situation again. Fucking bitches. Fucking dementia-ass chat. You guys are looking like my grandma. Rest in peace. Crash Bandicoot 1 guitar. Oh my god. You guys. Yeah, I can see that, ZBs. That makes sense. Kind of trying to like hyper tap one controller like it's fucking NES Tetris or something. One button. You know? What's up, Raz? Oh, you're actually going to therapy? We were talking about therapy earlier. That's funny. Yeah, have a good one, dude. Enjoy. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we were talking about like I should book a session with a sports psychologist. That's what I'm thinking. I need to find one. I might need to just like do it like virtually or something.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
Just so I can say I've had that experience of like talking to a professional about like my life, you know, like. I know it's not the exact same thing as a therapist, but it's like along those lines. AimZ, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing good today. What's up, Snow? Yo, AimZ. Some cute emotes. Oh my god, the pushback. So I didn't tell you guys this, but I do have work later today. Luckily, it's not going to be till like in the evening. I do have another like hour left of runs here before I kind of got to go offline and take a shower and stuff. Eat some food. And then I'll probably try to go online like early tomorrow because Sarah and I are going to be driving up to those of you guys who don't know, Sarah and I are going on like a weekend trip to DC, Washington, DC, to go to like a festival, to buy weed in Maryland, B, to stay at a hotel and eat pizza, and then C, to wake up early, have the free continental breakfast, and go to a Japanese festival, a cherry blossom festival. Called Sakura Matsuri. And then after that to go have sushi with Rico and then come home. So it'll be like a little Friday, Saturday trip. But, you know, tomorrow I am, you know, she is going to be working, Sarah's going to be working until like 4 p.m. So we're not going to be able to leave till the evening anyway. So figure I might as well get everything all lined up tonight when I get home and just try to do an early stream tomorrow. And then that'll be like, and then I'll take a day off from streaming after that. Oh, pain. What line of work you're asking about today? I'm gonna go do drum. I'm gonna be a drum teacher. I play music, so I teach drums at like a studio to upper middle class kids with rich parents. It's fun. I only have 2 lessons today, though. It's a nice gig. It's like $20 an hour. 3, 2, 1, go. It gets me out of the house. It's like the most super part-time job ever. They only ever schedule me like twice a month. Like, you know, like this is one of those times like just 2 lessons. I'm like the makeup like substitute teacher, which is good because then I get to just focus on speedrunning and all this. This is like my main job or whatever. There's several common elements between solving a Rubik's Cube quickly, like speed cubing, and completing a game quickly, like speed running. Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of the same thing. You take something that you're very intimately familiar with and have practiced a lot with different routes and recovery options depending on what arises. And you compete against the clock to get the best run. That makes sense to me. Speed cubing, I think, is a little unique in the sense that you're like, and I'm not a speed cuber myself, so I don't know, but it seems like there's a lot more different like starting positions that a possible randomized Rubik's Cube can be, compared to, you know, a speed run of a video game where the game, you know, starts the same every time, you know. So I think that's probably the biggest distinction there. But with that said, you know, there is still an element of recovery in both things, despite that. There's definitely some interesting parallels there. I would say they are more similar than they are different. But that's coming from someone who's never, ever, like, solved a Rubik's Cube before, so I don't fucking know. On Sunday, we have a change of command ceremony with our captain. Dress white, so not looking forward. Well, hey, good luck. With your captain, what are you, like, in the military or Navy or something? Good luck with that. I could not handle that amount of, like, authority. I've always been like I've always been a bad boy. I don't like authority. I don't like rigidity in life. I don't like having to wake up early and fucking make them, you know, do everything, you know, follow the platoon and stuff like that. Even just like, you know, preparing to get like a normal career in society was like a really concerning like test in like what's the word? Not compromise, but not complacency. When you like meld to society, conformity. It was a difficult test in conformity for me to like try to become an actual credentialed music teacher. because it was like at every turn I felt like I was constantly being faced with like, oh, you have to wake up at this time. Oh, you have to do all this extra stuff. You have to do this. You have to deal with parents. You have to like go like repair instruments. You have to do this. You have to do that. You know, or else, you know, your whole lifestyle will suffer, you know. And here, like with what I'm doing now, it's like I don't have to play the game in any particular way. Like I can just play it the way I want, the hours I want, you know, all that sort of stuff. So like it's just very nice to have like just freedom from like having to conform to any like schedule or whatever. You're in the Navy, huh? Oh, it's a shame. I bet the Navy boys are messing around in the barracks, in the mess hall. You know, slapping each other's nuts and shit. I don't know. Slapping a pancake on his ass or something. I don't know what y'all get into, but that's what I imagine in my head. Messing around in the mess hall. Am I back on Spyro 1 grind for a while? Yeah, sort of. It was initially to try to like gun for world record. And as I've spent more and more time and watched Ash's progression, I realized that this isn't about securing like a new world record as much as it is just getting the best time I can get. Which could still be a world record. But in due time, it may not be. So... But yeah, you know, TLDR is, yes, I am back to Spyro 1 trying to gun for PB / world record, yes. I thought the Nork Booty Boys were bad, man. You guys gotta see these. You guys gotta see these privates, if you know what I'm saying. See a few sergeants in my day. Oops. Classic. Yeah, good morning, Future Wow. Good to see you. And Alex, what up, what up? Mess around. Yeah, I feel that, Kevin, for sure. Like, it feels special to be running this game and running it at a high level and even potentially having a chance at world record. Like I was really spurred back into this game after Toasted Cat had beat my old PB from 2021. I was like, dude, it's time to it just felt like time, and I'm glad I'm just grinding this game. It just feels good, especially for now, like how I've mellowed out my mindset a little bit and not worrying so hard about world record. Just trying my best and seeing what happens, type of shit. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna do second try. God damn, both of those attempts were so close. You can see why, like, if I'm trying to no reset and then that happens, it's like, okay, well, I could have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not exactly so clear to go for a second try mama, unless you're really trying to get a PB and are willing to reset over it. You might as well just do second try just to see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, Dylan, and you know, the other cool thing about it is that Ash is really rising above the competition as well. And it really gives me shades of like when I was grinding 120, that I just kind of just rose past the rest of the competition. You know, and it's just like, it's just cool to kind of see just like one player just soar like that, you know? Even though like, and ideally like for the storyline or the competition side of it, like you want everyone to be like equally pushing it, but that's just not really how it goes. It's usually like one person just ends up like, with time, one person sets themselves apart from the rest, and right now that's Ash. That could change with time, but you know, over the course of the various world records in the 37s, you know, it was initially me in 2021 setting myself apart, and then it was Laura, really seeming like uncontested for a while with the 37, the mid 37s, you know, landing on the 19. And now Ash is starting to pull ahead. So it's really cool to see like all three players over time like showing a real strong level of dominance, you know, for a time period. When you look at it over like, you know, multiple years like that. But yeah, right now I think it's fair to say that Ash is the only person that's really like, I think we can realistically say like can get a 36 right now. Like maybe Laura, definitely not me. But yeah, it's cool to see Ash just like fucking sending it, you know, just taking it to Ash, just taking this category to the next level, you know. Makes me wonder if anyone's ever going to take 120% beyond where I did. Makes me wonder. I think, you know, Dylan, I think, you know, when it comes to the whole storyline, I think as someone who, I look at it like a viewer too. I look at it like, you know, there's an audience here. There's people, you know, there's pace pals here. You know, I don't hate the pace pals. You know what I mean? And the truth is there is always going to be a storyline, you know? I don't think that's like inherently a bad thing. I don't think it's like, oh, well, you know, don't worry about the storyline. People are just, you know, doing their thing and having fun, which is true. Like, you're right. But, you know, I think don't discount the power of a storyline, I think is what I'm trying to say. Because I think that storyline aspect is what got me back into this category and then kind of drove me crazy. And then now I've sort of ascended beyond that now with my mindset. And so it took me like that little bit of like, you know, oh, I could get world record again. Like this would be make for a cool storyline, you know? It took that to spur me, you know, back to this. Like, how do I put it? It's like the hype, the energy, the vibe of like a grind when there's multiple people at the top. It's just like, you just can't beat it, you know? It's like faux competitive. It's not real competition, but it is like faux competitive, and it makes it a lot more interesting than just one person sailing above the rest, you know? So, I mean, yeah, it's hard to take the good from the storyline and not let it impact the mental negatively as a runner, you know? To be like, oh, I have to fulfill the script here or something, you know? Because it could easily like flip on its head and become like extra pressure, undue pressure, undue, you know, competition and whatnot. That could really drive a man crazy. So having the balance of like being excited by the hype of like a somewhat competitive landscape in a speedrun, to be a part of that and be excited about it, but also not to let it be like a negative force of pressure and external pressure. Finding that balance, I think, is really key. Trying to take the good without the bad, you know, because it can get ugly. Like how you're saying, it can get real ugly about like, ah, fuck, dude, like Ash is just gonna beat like I could totally be looking at it like, oh, Ash is just gonna get a fucking low 37 or a 36, and then I'm not going to be able to get world record, so what the fuck am I even doing here? Who cares? You know, it could get very easy to get cynical like that if I'm not like balancing that outlook, you know, about like, hey, it's, you know, it's still just me in the game here, you know, it's not like, regardless of whoever's nearby my time or surpassing me or catching up to me. I think the way I think of it is like, it's nice to have it as the catalyst to like get you out of bed and to like get you like into the game. But then once you're in the game, it's just you. Like there's no more competition at that point. It's just hard to just balance those two things. It feels like those two outlooks can be at odds. Pace pal here. Yeah, welcome. Oops. Jump, you fuck. It's like a personal achievement, like perspective. I hear you, man. I mean, you are a speedrunner, so you, I think, are a lot more tuned into that than the average viewer. You gotta keep that in mind. The average person watching just like wants to see like something interesting. You know, you gotta keep that. not that we have to like look at it from that average viewer's perspective, that we have to look at it from your perspective. You know, it's like, it's just every perspective. It's like you take them all and then you decide like, like this is the one, this is what makes me feel good. So look at it this way. You try to, the goal is to take the most positive outlook from each of those perspectives. That's the goal. Resident Evil with the, I believe that was $4.99 there. Thank you so much. I'll read that message in a moment. I mean, you are a bitch, Dylan. Like, for sure. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I totally hear you. Yeah, you're a fucking bitch. Like, no, for sure. Please work. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you really like wrestling, right? I mean, what would wrestling be if there was no storylines, you know, and people conquering each other and stuff, and, you know, redemption arcs and all that? Sure, from the wrestler's perspective, it could be like a lot of nonsense and stuff that gets in the way of your actual training and execution of whatever, but from an audience perspective, you know, it can really like make the whole thing interesting, and that's not like a bad thing. It can just get muddy when that's like your only motivation, you know, is to conquer someone else. That was like a big thing that I really learned in speedrunning, is that I try to minimize external motivation, you know? And the truth is about storylines and looking at things as a viewer is like, that's all externally like assessing the hobby, you know? What's this person doing compared to that person? What's this strat compared to this other person, you know? And when you're a viewer, you look at the hobby externally with an external motivation. And when you're a runner, you look at it with an internal motivation, with like, you know, it's cool that like maybe, you know, someone's on my ass or I'm about to beat world record or whatever, but this is just me in the game at the end of the day. Like, forget all that. You have to like forget all that nonsense. The perspectives are really at odds sometimes, for sure. Anyways, I've been saying the same thing over and over. Resident Evil says, from a salty sailor to Deo Man, maybe one day I'll watch my mom roleplay with you and spank you off of a cliff Dr. Shemp style while I watch. Thank you, Resident Evil. We love your mom. I mean, it's just the truth. She is a MILF. But yeah, I'm honestly like, I'm glad that like it's been a pretty close race. It still is kind of a close race with myself, Ash, and Laura. Even if it seems like Ash is clearly going to take off ahead of us, at least for now, like, you know, Laura and I still have a shot at like just a momentary record, you know, and that's enough for me, you know. If that can be enough for anybody, then I'm happy. That's enough for me. And even if I don't get it, then hey, whatever. Like, and Ash just fucking gets the craziest record ever. Like, I'll still keep grinding, you know. I'm not gonna like let that stop me from trying to just get the best time I can. So, just having a nice balance of all the outlooks, like accepting that it's an interesting battle, but that it's not like fucking up my outlook. You know? Yeah, it's normal to get like 1 million ads. FML, if you don't want to watch ads, you gotta watch on YouTube. And if you don't want to spend money, you could sub if you wanted, but just somebody type !YouTube at FML331 in the chat. It's much better on the ads, trust me. That's why I stream on YouTube, is so that the plebs on Twitch can have a better viewing experience. Dude, the 25 gem is not worth collecting. Because it's like, what, like 7-8 seconds? I don't even remember. I think it might even be more than that. I think you can justify it, but it's just like extra movement that's unnecessary, I guess. I don't know. Just depends on how you route the rest of the game, I think. Like, if you route it so that you're skipping a shit ton of gems later, which is valid, then maybe, yeah, grab that. I don't know. Just in like the little bit of discussion I've heard about it in the Spyro Discord, the consensus is that it's not worth. Yeah, ad blockers are a pain. It's not really so simple as like I see some people in the chat are like, oh, just use an ad blocker. Like that's fucking like straightforward at all. Like, yeah, sure, maybe your ad blocker worked like, you know, when you fucking installed it, but it may not work in a month. You know, these websites are constantly updating in an arms race against ad blockers. And even if you have, in my experience, I'll just say my experience with ad blocker, like I'll install an ad blocker and then it just fucking won't work, you know? Even if it works initially, it won't work after a month. So you have to be constantly like following the arms race and updating and switching ad blockers and stuff. It's not like just get an ad blocker and then forget about it. It's no. It's so I totally understand if people don't want to, like, people are too lazy to put up with that fucking nonsense. Or if you're watching on mobile, it's like, what do you do? Okay, like you know. So it's just not like it's not an easy solution. There are solutions. They're just not easy solutions, is what I'm saying. But yeah, no disrespect against like people who use ad blockers. It's fine with me. I don't mind if you like try to watch my shit ad free or whatever. Like, it's not. I don't take that personally at all. As long as you enjoy my stream, that's all I care about. But yeah, I'm you know, I do appreciate the people who have not had. I see there are some messages in my chat, people who have not had trouble with ad blockers. Bear in mind, you are one of the lucky ones. You're lucky for that, all right? I'm just giving the context here because it's, you know, it's ad blockers are a racket for me. Maybe I'm just a fucking dumbass or something. I'm having to use different fucking browsers and extensions, and then this one works, this one doesn't. It's just like fucking, it's just a racket. Or it'll work for a while, and then an update on the website breaks it. Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with that? No dream. I mean, like, look, dude, I mean, this, I get it if like creators are like, please, you know, if you want to, if you can watch the ads, go ahead. But like, dude, like on a person-to-person basis, if I'm like begging you guys to watch the ads, it's like, what's the point, dude? It's not going to like affect anything, you know? It's like, use an ad, use whatever, dude. Like like I said, it's whatever allows you to enjoy my stream. You know, if you want to be helpful to me and like run ads on one screen, you know, and maybe watch me ad free on another, hey, I mean, thank you, you know? And if not, like, that's fine too. Like, it's really not that deep to me, y'all. Like, I try to make it as easy as I can for people who are, you know, don't want to throw money at me by having the YouTube stream with minimal ads. There is still some ads there, by the way. It's just minimal. They're like skippable and stuff. So yeah, however you guys do the ad situation, you know, I respect it. And hopefully I make it easy enough for y'all. That's all I can say. Dulce tones. I don't even know what that is, but thank you, ZB. Like dulce de leche. Is Twitch ads payment for me high? Yeah, so I run, so okay, like I'll explain my reasoning for my ad dispersion. Is on Twitch I run the maximum ads that it allows, and on YouTube I run what's called balanced ads, which is like just a little bit of ads. So this way, now you might ask, why not just run like 3 minutes of ads or like just, or no ads on Twitch or whatever? And the reason why is because even if I ran the minimum amount of ads that is allowed to avoid pre-rolls, which is 3 minutes per hour, that's still gonna be multiple 30-second ads in a row that you're gonna have to watch periodically throughout the stream. So in my mind, there's gonna be no difference in terms of annoyance if it's like 2 or 3 30-second ads back to back versus like 8 like 1 minute ads. It's like, to me, those are equally just fucking a pain in the ass either way. Like, if one bothers you, then the other one will bother you, is like how I look at it. So if either of those bother you, then you're already going to be taking steps to either use ad block or to sub, or if you don't want to spend money or do any of that bullshit, I make it easy for you by having a YouTube stream that's the same as this, that shows both chats on screen. So by having the YouTube stream, it allows me to kind of guilt-free run as many ads as I want on Twitch and justify it by saying, hey, if it's a problem, just watch on YouTube. It makes it very clear and easy, and, you know, because I do make more money from ads on Twitch, no doubt about it. Like, if I didn't run the max ads on Twitch, like, I'd be, you know, I'll just tell you how much it is. It's like 20 bucks a day, roughly. Like, for the streams I've been doing lately, which have been a little longer, like 4 to 5 hours, they've been like roughly anywhere between $20 to $40 a day in ad revenue, which is big. I mean, that adds up as a daily streamer. Like, I need that, you know? That plus sub money is what, like, allows me to, like, call myself full-time, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's my logic with all that, and I hope it's respectable, you know. I mean, I hope I'm not like offending anyone by like running so many Twitch ads. It's just like, that's why I have the YouTube stream, you know. I think the ads count as long as the video player is over 10% volume. I don't know if the browser tab has anything to do with it. You might want to Google that one. What's up, Michael?
My boss makes $1, I make a dime, that's why I'm pooping on company time.
If you mute and you leave the you mean if you mute the tab and then leave the tab, it auto pauses. Is that what you're saying? So yeah, you can't just mute the tab, is what you're saying? Not mute the stream, but mute the tab. Is what we're talking about here, just so we're all on the same page here. Your boss makes $1, I make a dime, that's why I'm pooping on company time. That's like... Good little poem there. What's up, Sacred Fire? Thank you for the good luck. And Irish Eagle, thank you for the super chat. Take a look in a sec. $5 says, taking a good company time poo too. Man, everyone's just taking a shit at work right now. Props to you guys. I'm proud of you. Oh god. Keep it up. Nobody pooping in this chat. You have Twitch muted and the tabs open? Because the way you guys are describing it, it's like kind of hard to understand what you mean. It's like, do you guys mean the player is muted, or do you mean the tab is muted? So it's like the tab is closed, but the tab is muted, but the player is unmuted, or some different combination of that. Like, yeah, we'll definitely have to do some Google research to see what the best strat is with all that. I feel like it's still not very clear. I feel like what the best strat is to instead of worrying about muting the tab or the stream, like leave them both at full volume and then change the output, like have them running on a different browser and then change the output of the browser on Windows. That is like a foolproof way of doing it. So say for example you have like, you know, what? You have like the fucking Microsoft Edge for the ad revenue stream, you know, and then you just make Microsoft Edge. Since you don't use Microsoft Edge for anything else, you can just have Microsoft Edge output to like, you know, some monitor or something that, like a virtual, you know, just output it to something that doesn't make noise. That's what I would do. That's like a foolproof way of doing it, rather than messing with muting the actual tab or stream or closing it or whatever. Just use a different browser and change the Windows output or whatever operating system output. That would be my recommendation. Has anyone poop socked a game? I don't know what that means. I've heard people say the term poop sock, but I thought that was just like a joke. Like I don't even know if that's like I've never heard that used as a verb. Like, honey, get the poop sock. Like, I've heard that, but you know, just stupid like memes. I didn't know there was actual depth to it like that. Oops. Okay, IL strat. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, damn, I was just a little late to it, but that's fine. That's still faster than the old strat. Yeah, saving some time. Marathoning a game without going to the bathroom. Oh, it's like a piss bottle, but you're like a poop sock. That's funny. Yeah, that's not as common as you might think. That's always like a joke in like speedrunning, especially with like longer games. It's like, oh, well, how are you gonna go to the bathroom? You're just gonna piss on cam, you know? I'm sure it's been done before, but it's really not a common situation. With really long speedruns, they usually build bathroom breaks into the run, you know? That's actually like a real thing. Like during a cutscene or something. Even if it like costs you like maybe a minute or something of time loss. Runs that are like fucking 6+ hours long, like, you know, you'll be saving and losing time in orders of like, you know, dozens of minutes, you know, on multiple runs. So a bathroom break isn't like as big of a deal as it might seem like for a really long marathon playthrough. Like, you don't need a fucking poop sock, you know? Yeah, I would do like pee breaks in between games. Well, Spyro 3 actually has a part like with the skateboarding in Enchanted Towers where it's just, if you do it correctly, you have just enough time to take a pee break. It's like 50 seconds or something if you do it right. And then, yeah, and then I would take like maybe like one other pee break, you know, in between games, like during the intro. I would like just let the intro cutscene play and then, you know, go pee, and then by the time it's done playing, I'd be back, like, ready to play. This is probably not gonna work. This was really slow, I guess. Yeah, that was really bad. I'm losing a lot of time. Wow. I really should not have gone for that strat. I didn't realize I was that far behind. I was kind of flabbergasted. I guess I just suck. Ugh, I literally pressed up on the D-pad, just didn't register for some reason. My experience with League, I've never played League of Legends. Dude, what? Sure, I'm like throwing this run right now. Yeah, basically this PB is dead now. There was a chance at PB before, now it's basically dead. So I gotta check the total gem count here. 795. Yeah, dude, if I hadn't have fucked up that wild flight, they definitely had the chance to like bring it back here, but whatever. Because I am over gemmed. That's kind of a shame.
That's the blue there. It's pretty slow. I mean, not pretty slow, but like skipping a lot of gens. I'm gonna be a little bit more thorough now. I think I've burned as many gens as I can get away with at this point. Dude. Talk to a driver who drilled a hole in the floorboard. Oops. Did that wrong. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame people who, like, you know, especially like you're doing like a long drive or something, you like pee in a bottle or whatever. Like, I don't judge that, you know? As long as I'm not in the fucking car with you, I don't care. I barely got away with that. Alright, saving some time back, getting it to sub 20 seconds behind here. I'm surprised that didn't flame charge. Dude, asshole. I think I flamed the big two guys early. That's probably the issue. What's up, Blue Eye? Ugh. Slow. Hemoglobin home. I don't know what that means, but welcome. Is it just me, or did this stream just get like way more boring all of a sudden? Did anyone feeling that? What the fuck? So that's what happens, man, when you lose a possible PB phase. It's like, man, this stream is just so boring. Like, it really makes you take a step back. Like, this guy ain't saying anything interesting. His run sucks. Fucking goddamn, what am I watching? Whatever, I continue. Doing art. Nice. What are you drawing, Kale? Just got here. Welcome, Fox. Good to see you. Whoa. You are horizontal? What are you sleeping? You into bed? This bitch thinks she can sleep on company time. Oops. Bex can rest easy. Ain't no bitches in the chat right now. Ain't nobody in need of a spanking quite yet. You hear that, guys? Bex says you guys have been doing good. We're proud of you. You guys have really been acting well. If you guys keep acting good, we'll do a pizza party. I'll do a pizza party tomorrow. Everyone gets one slice that's like thinner than like an actual like an infinity like small slice. Like where you just keep like slicing the pizza in half over and over. You're gonna get one of those slices. Yeah, for the 1/10 of a pizza slice. With cold ass Little Caesars. Yeah, holographic meatloaf. Retro with the tier 1, thank you, man. Appreciate the retro prime. It's gonna make, no, this is definitely not gonna make the cycle. What's up, Christopher? Welcome, welcome. Oh, what a bonk. I was so excited not to get the initial bonk, I just had to get it in there, you know? Still sub 20 seconds behind. Like, dude, if I have a really banging endgame, I can fucking, I can save like 10 seconds in Misty Bog and like 5 seconds there in the homeworld. There is like, with a really good Beast Makers, like there is like 15 seconds to be saved on these splits for sure.
Pizza funds.
Thank you, Kale. Pizza fun, thank you. You might just get your microscopic piece yet. Oh, no, no, no. There's enough hype, but not enough juice. Oh, fuck. I need this. No, I don't need that. Oh. What have I done? Oh, every time. Hold on. Give me a sec. We got this. I'm not resetting. Fuck all of you. Watch me hit this. No, I can't even because he's like over there. There we go. Was that 10 worth it, do you think? Do you think it was worth the fucking 30 seconds? 10 gems for 30 seconds? That's like negative how many gems per second? That's pretty good. Negative 3 gems a second, right? Or 0.3, whatever. I don't know. My math isn't mathing. Dude, Undies, like, just, like, the joke just went so far over your head, it was crazy. I was joking, my friend, in case that wasn't clear. But thank you for telling me this information that I definitely already knew. Appreciate that. What's up, Jupe? Thank you for the good luck. Yeah, at least we're over gem now. I can get a little ballsy here. Solid recovery. I mean, thanks. I guess. I wouldn't exactly call my recovery on that yellow gem good. Did not need that blue, but hey, whatever. I guess we burned that one. Not a big deal. I'm not making this. Terrible. I'm gonna lose my mind, everybody. This is like some real Bush League stuff here. Dude, I literally will play like that and people will come into my chat and be like, Deo, you're the GOAT. Dog, what the fuck are you? Did you see that section? That was like the lamest Spyro gameplay ever. Deo, you're my GOAT. You're the best, even though I don't watch anyone else. I am genuinely fucking trash at this game. But thanks for believing in me, though. I do appreciate that. Deo, that was some GOAT stuff right there. Am I gonna play Spyro 4 when it comes out? Yeah, in like 2030. Yeah. Come on! Ah, bitch. So close. You still PB if you finish this run in 1 second. Come on, those are good attempts too. That's not gonna work. Ugh. You prefer my runs over people that explain everything? That's good. Yeah, sometimes people have this like impression that like good speedrun commentary means that you have to fucking explain everything that's happening as it happens. Like some degree of that is nice, but it's not really like that's all you know what I mean? I think also just like the environment of just like being on your own stream versus being like doing something for a marathon for like charity or whatever. It's just a different environment of speedrunning as well. Nice. Like whatever commentary I'm adding here is just way more chill and like, you know, I can be quiet for a while and not feel, okay, we have time for donations, you know. I don't like the stress of watching a run in that environment. I don't like where it's like all like, okay, we gotta, you know, there's a lot of people, you can just feel the nerves, you know, like people talking like all fast. You can feel it when I've like done GDQ runs. You can just feel the, like I'm overexcited, you know, and it's like kind of, I don't know. I don't want to call it like cringe or anything. It's just a much different environment, much more high stress environment, I would say. So yeah, it's a lot more chill to just be like in someone's stream, but that they're still willing to talk while they're playing and like have a conversation and stuff. Even if they don't talk, you know, who cares? I have a YouTube video that explains all the tricks. Dude, I have an entire tutorial series of like, literally like an unscripted 20-minute video for each level. Like going through the route for 120%.
You're toast, Mort.
40 minutes, epic time. This run actually was kind of okay going into
Kind of forgot about you.
Wild Flight. It died in Wild Flight. I fucking missed the plane.
Nasty Nora.
And then it just kind of went downhill.
His toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
Okay, it's 3:45. I can do one more no reset before work. I work at 6, so I have time for one more before I have to like shower and eat and stuff. What are you guys saying? One more? I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back. Let me finish poverty credit skip here. It should disappear here in a moment. BRB.
Those are
Turn up the brightness a little here. Actually, I like it dark. I'm keeping it dark. Actually, what are you guys saying? Bright or dark? Here's bright. Here's dark. Bright, dark, bright, dark. What are you guys saying? I'm kind of vibing on dark mode right now. I'm gonna go dark. 3, 2, 1, go. I have a job other than this. Yeah, it's like the most part-time job ever.
Oh, it's
I literally work like 4 hours a month at a studio where I give drum lessons. It's fun. I really do it more just for fun and to get out of the house and also make like an extra $1 or $2. More than anything, it's not really like a intense thing for me. Jupe with 4 gifts, by the way. I just saw that. Thank you so much for that. Love you, Jupe. Jupity Jupe. I'm going to try my best to no reset this one, because I do have to get ready for work after this run. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. It's kind of sucks, because I feel like I'm really starting to lock in right now. Yeah, like $2 a month. No, like, on average, I work, like, maybe we'll say 4 to 8 hours per month. So, $20 an hour. How much money is that? I mean, usually I'm not making more than like somewhere between $100 and $200. I mean, hey, that's something. That ain't nothing. I mean, it's better than not having a job, I guess. Yeah, that's my internet bill right there. Literally. $100. Ugh. Internet's about $100 a month to get like the top whatever gigabit plan. At least in my apartment. You could pay as low as like $60 a month, but you wouldn't be getting the best speed or reliability. Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but that's American ISPs for you.
No, yeah, and I pay $100 a month and it still cuts out sometimes, you know? I'll still drop frames and whatnot. So yeah. But I mean, that's what you get, like, you know, when you live in an apartment complex and, you know, they all have, like, they got their own system here that you have to work with. That's how it is. What are you gonna do? You work part-time at a retail sports store, less than 8 hours a month, and yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Nick. Like, a part-time job, like, it doesn't. It can often feel like, I remember, like, I think I don't know if you've had this moment, like, at your work before, where, like, you're hanging out talking with your boss, and he's like, hey, I can put you on for more hours if you want. You know, like, hey, how about I schedule a little bit more and whatever, and then you got to have that talk. It's like, you know what? Nah, I'm good being part-time. I'm good being like a sub, whatever. You know. I'm good being a bottom. And then once you put your foot down like that, yeah, literally like the full-time work skip, you know? And once you put your foot down like that, everything just gets so fucking mellow. It's like nobody bothers you. You just come in, you're a couple of hours, and you're out of there. And then what are you gonna do? Fire? Okay, fire me. I don't care. Like fine. You know? It's all good in the hood. But yeah, working at a retail store, like, you get such good discounts. Especially if it's in, like, a genre of items that you are interested in. I remember when I worked at Guitar Center, I spent like a bunch of money on, like, cymbals, because I was, like, a drummer, you know, I'm a drummer. So I got, like, a crazy disc. I bought, like, a whole set of, like, Zildjian K series cymbals, which, if you know anything about them, a full set of those is, like $3,000. I got it for like $700. I was like, dude, hell yeah. For like 4 different cymbals and hi-hats, you know? The cymbals with a C. Never mind. But it really makes you think as well. It makes you think, like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, am I just like... Because actually, if you think about it, if you're like the CEO of that company, is you actually want... The reason you'd give discounts like that to your workers is because you want them to dump their paycheck back into the company like that. It's kind of like a fucking, like, mind fuck when you realize that. I remember when I bought those... I also bought a drum set there, I remember. I remember when I bought those things, I was thinking, like, dude, like, I didn't really need these things. Like, I mean, they're cool, and, like, I still have them and stuff, but, like... back in California, I should say. But, like... It really made me feel like, damn, I'm like a part of this, like, I'm just a cog in this corporate machine right now, you know? It really kind of leaves a bit of a nasty taste in your mouth when you really, like, take a step back. It's like, wait a minute, I'm just like I'm like, if I'd have just not had this job at all, I'd be like, you know, it'd be like net even on the actual money spent, you know? So yeah, that whole, like, employee discount thing, it can get a little existential crisis a little bit. It's like you're just dumping your paycheck back into your job, basically. It's like, what's the point of that? You work at an oil rig? Dude, yeah, you can fucking employee discount on the fucking oil rig. On oil. Just crude oil. Ooh, I like it. Nice. Loving this. You get blood tests for free? I mean, blood tests are free normally, I thought, right? If you have, like, health insurance or whatever. Do blood tests cost money? I've never, like, I think I've gotten a blood test, like, once. The fuck? You're not meant to say the O word when Americans are around. What, oil? I don't think any American citizen particularly cares about oil the same way like the fucking government does. I mean, it's funny. It's like this country is like going to wars and killing millions of people and sending weapons overseas all over this fucking commodity that the average American citizen just puts in their car like every now and again, you know? Or you know what I mean? Like, to be fair, Americans do drive a lot, so gasoline and oil products, so things derived from oil are definitely a big part of our lives, no doubt. But I don't think the average American citizen has any like particular like, you know, love connection with like the concept of oil. Like what you might think it's that way because, you know, from another country, you see America fucking like causing war over oil. It's like, damn, Americans really love oil. It's like, pfft, I hardly ever drive a car, you know, like I don't care. Nice, barely got that. Yeah, it's the government that wants oil, not the citizens. Yeah, the economy's built around it. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, you know, it's big business shit. It's like shit that's like way beyond the scope of like the individual consumer or whatever. The economy runs on oil type shit. Military industrial complex. Oil is a big hallmark of it. Dude, I created yesterday. Last night I made a Roth IRA, and if you guys know what that is, then props to you. If you don't know what that is, it's just an investment account for like retirement and stuff. But now it's got me all looking at all these different like fucking ways I can invest money, and it really makes you realize that fuck, I need to focus. That's what I realized. It makes you realize that like no matter how much you like talk shit on like, oh, the military is bad or war is bad, oil, like who cares, all these big tech companies stealing our data and stuff, and then the moment you start investing money, it's like, man, I hope Microsoft and Apple do well. I hope you know, I hope all these Chinese companies that are stealing all our data, I hope those do. Maybe I'll put some money there, you know. Like, it's funny how the script flips once you start being the beneficiary of that. Damn, I lost a bunch of time there. Retirement isn't going to be viable unless you're like me and you're fucking making a Roth IRA at age 28 and have savings. Unfortunately, most people our age like get their savings, like fucking whatever savings they may have, get ripped away from them before they're even out of college. So student loans and stuff. Like, you're already lucky if you're in a position where you like have money in your savings, you know. And then to take that extra step and actually be responsible with it and put it into an IRA or a fucking high interest account or anything, like that's just shit that like fucking less than 1% of people our age are even doing. $40% of Americans can't afford a $500 emergency. Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm so lucky, dude. I mean, I was able to open a Roth IRA, put the maximum into it for 2023 and 2024, open a fucking CD, put a bunch of money into that, and have a fucking emergency savings besides that. Like, man, like it really makes me feel like, damn, I already fucking made it, you know? Like sure, I'm no million. I don't have 6 figures or anything, but like just to say that much is like, fuck, dude, like, feel pretty lucky. I'm full of shit. I mean, hey, I'm not lying to you. Yeah, dude, I just happened to be able to max both years. Like, if I'd have opened this, I wasn't even thinking about it because you can actually max out the year before tax season ends, right? So if I'd have waited a week and made this Roth IRA, I would have half the money in it. I wouldn't be able to deposit for 2023. Is 6 figures good? I guess depending on where you live, no. Probably not. You're doing stocks, but an IRA is stocks. That's the thing. An IRA is stocks, but a Roth IRA is stocks, but untaxed or post-tax, whatever you want to call it. So it is the same thing. I didn't even realize this until like I actually got it. I was like, oh, this is just stocks, just like a safe, like, you know, like tax sheltered, yeah, whatever we call it, version of just stock trading, basically. But you're using like index funds and ETFs and bonds and stuff that isn't just gonna fucking immediately delete from your wallet instantly. Yeah, I'm basically like my IRA, I'm looking at index funds. I'm literally just looking at stocks. Like that's literally what it is. It's just a collection of stocks. Instead of one at a time. Rolf IRL. The fuck is Micron? Hey, good job, man. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the idea. Like with IRAs and index funds, is that like you power through like the whatever the dips that there may be. The question is what index fund you choose. This is what I'm learning. So I'm like taking the weekend to study about index funds and choose one that has like the right amount of volatility for what I feel comfortable with. Or a mix of index funds that might have some overlap. And also looking at exchange fees and things like that. There's like a lot to look at with this stuff, but it's simple. They make it simple enough, I think, for the average consumer to like find their way through. Between like watching YouTube videos and looking at all the different types of things you can do. I think now is like a better time. Not that I'm any fucking financial expert or anything, but now is like a better time than ever to like get into like investing, especially through a Roth IRA. Like, you don't have to be rich either. I mean, you can just put like a few $100s in or $100 in and start looking at your options. It's a lot smarter than like going into crypto or just trying to go on Robinhood or something like that and deal with all the taxes and fees and all that. A micron is a micrometer. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely no fucking like expert on it. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like taking the weekend. Like I bought like I have the Roth IRA now, but I haven't like bought the shares yet that I need for the like I haven't invested the money yet, so I'm still looking at my options here. But I'm probably just gonna dump it all into like some mix of index funds. It's what I'm thinking right now. Oh fuck, that was so close to working. Oh, blue chip stuff, yeah, Micron. Okay, that makes sense. That's like one of the, I could get an index fund that has blue chips in it. Those are called like growth funds because they have a higher potential for growth, but also a higher potential for loss as well. And then there's also semiconductors as well. That's like one of the more volatile ones, but that's like, it's like robotics and fucking chips and like literal fucking motherboards and stuff. It's interesting stuff. But yeah, I'm glad, dude. I'm so glad I'm doing it now. Rather than I should have done this shit like fucking 10 years ago, you know? But I'm glad I'm doing it now. You missed the Nvidia stock blow up. Well, see, time travel, I feel like you're looking at it like on a stock by stock basis, you see? And what I'm talking about here is like an index fund. It's like a collection of stocks.
So instead of looking at any one particular company and like, you know, making moves around that, it's like you're looking at an entire market and making moves around that. It's like a difference in perspective. Does that make sense? Because again, like with any one of these tech-focused index funds, NVIDIA is going to make up a big chunk of that fund, you know? It's just you're not putting all of your chips into one fucking stock. So you're not like literally gambling as hard, you know? Like you don't have to worry if like NVIDIA blows up or has like a down year or something like that, you know? Yeah, you're a time traveler. Go back in time, you dumb fuck. Hello? The fuck? Why are you talking to me about stocks, bro? Go back in time and get rich, you dummy. Give me your DeLorean, bro. Hey, listen to me, dude. Don't listen to me. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put like I think what I'm thinking this is what I'm leaning on right now. This opinion could change by the end of the weekend. I think I'm gonna put like half of my Roth IRA into an S&P 500 stock for like relative safety, and then put the rest into a growth stock in order to like put more value on tech enterprise, like be that semiconductors or blue chip or just whatever looks like a good like growth index fund. And there's going to be a lot of overlap with tech on both of those, but it seems like the best balance for me of like that's generally more risky, I think, than the average IRA investment. Like there's no bonds or anything that I'm getting into, but I have a fucking certificate of deposit if I want, like, you know, for the rest of my savings, you know. You can only put so much money into an IRA at one time. So yeah, so because tech is volatile, you know, I think that's why I'm going to do like half of that, like half of my IRA focused on tech and half of it focused on S&P 500. Which, by the way, the S&P 500 is like almost half tech, by the way. So it's like 40% or something like that tech, if I'm not mistaken. Like the top companies are all tech companies. So yeah, like I might as well just put all my money into the S&P 500. Like that would make sense too. And then I wouldn't have to think about it, which it might be the strat for like a long-term investment strategy. It's just like, okay, just put all your money into this one fucking thing that's like relatively safe and has, you know, confirmed returns over like however many decades, and just stick with that. You know, you don't got to get all fucking ballsy with like, you know, throwing money around and whatnot, you know. That's also another outlook that I think I'm kind of deciding if I want to look at it that way, more simply or not. Like, do I even want to like spread out my portfolio, you know? Oh god, come on. Okay, whatever, at least I made this cycle. Your dad's favorite level? Hell yeah. Spyro coin? Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called. High market cap stocks. Yeah. Oh my god, we're good. Sorry, I really stretched for that fucking gem right there. So what, this run sucks, right? Take a look in a moment. We'll see how the gem count's looking. The gem count's probably alright. Let's see. Getting back to Raccoon City, enjoy. What do we have? We're plus 16, which is pretty much unPBable, and we're at 3489, which is decent. My gem counts have been getting better with time lately. I just need to get my paces to, you know, match my gem counts. To be fair, I've been just playing very chill today and just not really like... I haven't really been super locked in on this run. Just don't have the mental power for it, I guess. But all good. I will say I'm just enjoying just playing the game and just vibing out. And who knows, maybe this run can still 37. It definitely can still 37. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying the grind, the more chilled out grind lately. I know it's not as, you know, ball engaging. It's not as quite cum blasting as you know, losing my mind trying to stay green type of shit, but you know, we'll get there. In due time. Oh, you're drawing. Cute. Bex with the art. Bex's little emote of herself is really cute. The big lips. She's like... She looking like a duck. Yeah, true proud geek. Prue. The BJ lips. Yeah, that's what they look like. True. Unfortunate, but all good. Nice, that was good. At the arcade, tell Michi we love you. At Michi Kichi, we love you. It's good so far. That's not what I said. What's up, Yuki? Thank you for the good luck. It's actually kind of a hot bog so far. I'm really liking this. What's up, Wolf Dragon? Probably could have skipped those last two gems, but whatever. I just gotta remember to get the... This is still a good bot. I'm gonna save a bunch of time here. Obviously not a perfect Guanton. Yeah, look at the time save. Oh my god. Like 11 seconds. That's the power of a good bog. Dude, and I could have like squeezed out another second or two there at the end, obviously. So, not bad. Power of a good bog. Bog is a powerful level in this category. For real. Oh, I can't. Damn it. I forgot to grab the... I literally said, don't forget to grab the fucking sparks, bro. I forgot to grab it. Idiot. Whatever. E. I'm losing a bunch of time here now. Keep forgetting that fucker, dude. It's killing my runs lately. Like, this is gonna be like a 20-second time loss for sure. These blues are gonna be a problem. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Do it like that. I can just grab the other two. I'll just grab that one, whatever. Damn. Ooh. See what I'm saying? This is just, I'm just gonna grab them. That's where a lot of the time loss is, if you don't get that early sparks. So hard to do that section smoothly sparksless. I need the gem bleed. But now we can get sparks. That had to have been at least like 15 seconds lost there. +6. Man, I almost brought it back. I had to choke it. Your boy had to choke it. See, that's what I'm telling you, man. Like, my head is just not like... I'm not on that full focus. I'm not locked in like that. Like, if I was locked in, I would have had that... I would have remembered. No. Yeah, I'll choke you, Jupe. I'm down. It'd be better than choking a run. Ugh. Yeah. Why do you need sparks? Because well, I actually didn't lose that much time. Why do you need sparks? Because the reason I'm complaining is because you can get sparks before entering the level, and you know this might seem obvious, but not having sparks means the gems don't home in, and so for certain sections and treetops there, I wasted a lot of time collecting gems sparksless. I'm really fighting the urge to make fun of that question. Oh my god, fuck. Terrible. Alright, now it's super dead. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I can have a good bog, but then it's like, I just like insist on choking it, you know? It's like, please stop. You know what I mean? But whatever, it'll come. The good run will come, guys. It'll come. It's just not this one. That's alright. Well, thank you, Onimax. Probably should have grabbed an extra 5 there, but whatever. Dude, Spark's being stoned as fuck. Literally the only time Sparks fucks you up there when you grab that chicken is if he gives you the longest possible eating animation. So that was just unlucky. Is it a time loss to flame the last thief? No, the way it works at the end, Yuki, it's kind of more complicated than you might think. It really has to do with your supercharge speed on the ramp. So if you have enough supercharge speed, you can supercharge through the thief. And then in my case, I usually only hit one fan chest on my way up to the upper area at the end. So because of that, it makes more sense for me to do a full hop on the supercharge ramp to have more speed, and thus do an extended supercharge to supercharge through both fan chests and the thief. But, optimally speaking, you do a slower supercharge, counterintuitively, which actually allows you to do faster movement on the supercharge ramp itself. Are you keeping up here, Yuki? Is this making sense? It's just different strats, basically. You do a slower supercharge, optimally, and then hit both fan chests on the way up, like Ash did in their run, and then you can flame charge the thief, because your supercharge will automatically run out by the time you reach the upper area, because you did the super slower super. Does that make sense? It sounds really complicated the way I describe it. It's just two different approaches to that area. That's all it is. That's all it is, just two different strats. I'm opting for a safer, consistent strat that's also fast. And, you know, fuck. That's all. God damn, I suck. Epic. Yeah, like, this is one of those things where it's like, if you just watch 2 videos, it literally explains, like, just, oh my god. Look at this. Get up there. That is infuriating. And I missed all the reds, too. This is a joke. Ugh. Thank you, Ash. This is the one good thing I did today was bog, I guess. Oh, well. That was terrible.
But yeah, this is the thing. It's like some things are just better explained just by watching a video. And like that, the difference between the different like treetops endings is a really good example of that. Just watch a video. Just watch Ash's world record and then watch what I do in my runs. Those are the two different strats there at the end. It's not a big difference, but it's enough to like, it's enough to be noticeable, I guess. I should have grabbed an extra sparks. Don't know what I was thinking. Now we're sparksless again. Dumbass. Let's see if I can get this. Cool. Ah! Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. Dude, I'm feeling really bad right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Literally, if I'd have just focused a little better, this run could have been really good. I feel like all of my runs, I just have like some lapse of focus during the game, and I just cannot get out of Dreamweavers respectively. It's very disappointing because I know in my heart that I can get like a really good Dreamweavers. Like it's something that I've failed to do literally this entire week, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm starting to really lose myself here. Like even on a no reset like this, like it's totally doable. Ash proof, it's totally doable. I'm just, I'm feeling like kind of a piece of shit right now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have to choke this hard, you know? I don't have to make it this hard for myself. Anyways. This is gonna sound kind of weird to say, but like after watching Ash, I realized, dude, this category is like really easy, actually. Not like, I mean, easy for like if you're like used to it and like you have your route that you're really good at or whatever. Like if you're in like my shoes, this like just getting from like once you get past Mama Proxy all the way up to Jock, like maybe there's a couple of like kind of tight spots, but it's overall like pretty consistent, you know, as long as you're not like trying to really like, you know, go crazy with the you know, do the fucking like the little gesture flop in Dreamweavers. That's what's really holding me back, I feel like. I'm just like doing all these like crazy unnecessary strats that are like killing me. Also, I'm super undergemmed here. Like I need to like, I think part of like my concept here is I need to like just chill and just like realize that it doesn't have to be that complicated. You don't gotta overcomplicate a category like this. It's actually easier than I think to do what I'm trying to do. And that's like the great mental fuck of it, you know? I think I might have wanted those greens down there, but oh, that was terrible. Let's see what happens. Dude, you know, it's funny you mentioned Tiger Woods. Golf is a game that's like totally like that. It's like, it's such an easy to overcomplicate thing. It's like you just hit a ball, you know, just hit it close to the hole, you know, like why do we gotta overcomplicate it, you know? That's kind of how I feel like about the any percent route. It's like you just get past these couple of tough spots and then just cruise to the end and then get lucky at the end, basically, you know, just lock in, you know, all you gotta do is just lock in. It's like not that fucking crazy. But, you know, for some reason I have like some mental barriers about like feeling like I have to like over execute certain things. That's everything, right? Yeah. So yeah. I think it is like, I think it is more simple than I'm making it in my head, like in my run. That's why I'm not getting good runs in out of Dreamweavers, like just insisting on doing like really tight movement in certain spots. Especially that fucking gesture flop. I need to stop doing that. It's so stupid. Pressed right too early. Ooh, that was really close. Come on. Too far right. Yeah, Onimax, I agree. I mean, when I watch, I don't know if Ash is watching right now. I'm sorry if you feel put on the spot by me discussing you today. I mean, you're just the legend right now. I'm sorry, like, you're living in my head rent free, Ash. I'm sorry if you're watching right now. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, I feel like what you're saying, Onimax, like, when I watch Ash play, I'm like, oh yeah, man, it's not even about, like, trying to push the movement so crazy hard. Like, that's not the key here. It's really not the key at all in this category. God damn, dude, just give me a rat. Give me a damn rat. I'm an idiot. I am a fucking asshole. Shite. I need to not press right so quickly. I do that a lot, where I just press right, like, right after I press square, but you gotta, like, just not be so aggressive with it. There we go. Anyway, big shouts to everyone who's still watching right now. Runs were... yeah, Bex put it very cleanly here. Runs were a kiss of shite today, and yeah, it's all good. I'm glad I did some. I really feel this grind kind of sputtering out to like a whimper right now. It really feels like pretty whack. I would like to have, you know, be more locked in today. I really could have locked in on this run and got a good time. I really feel like I failed in that regard. But, you know, I mean, I'm human and I'm a bitch and I suck and I hate myself. But besides all that, I'm really glad you guys are watching and that there are people here that care anyways. And so yeah, thanks for being here. I am gonna have to. I would do more runs, but I have to go to work after this. So yeah. Whoop. So yeah, GG. I'm gonna find someone to raid. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm sorry I couldn't do better, everybody. I'm sorry.
Kind of forgot about
That's how I feel, genuinely.
What about
Silly.
Ganasty Gnork?
Nasty
All right.
Gnork is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon
Raid
Kingdom?
Spora.
Well, mostly. I still got some treasure to pick up.
I'll raid Laura. I haven't raid
Next.
Laura in a while.
I'd say the sky's the limit.
I have to like lean all the way over here to type. Who's insane ability? Did I change my raid target? Raid you tomorrow? Alright, I'll just do that. Let me head back to my chat here. Alright, see you later, everybody. I love you. Have a good day. Mwah. Mwah.